Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 452. It was a busy week, but fortunately, Sean's with us from the couch watching the Knicks. Sean, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm probably about to die tomorrow in a blizzard. So if the Knicks don't win tonight, we might just speed up the process here live on the show. That'll get you some good views and stuff like that.
Yeah, we heard that we're not gonna quite make it to March before more snow. So unfortunate.
Bro,
It's not as bad as what you guys are getting where you are, Sean. But
they're saying like 15 inches, 16. It was supposed to be 6 inches like yesterday, and now it's So
it's gonna that snow is really gonna disrupt your daily commute.
I have to bring the other Pinto to get some maintenance done on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that now.
Might have to reschedule. The BM Pinto.
No, I don't drive a BMW.
Ew. It's tough over there. So you're just got to sit there and watch the snow from the comfort of your basement.
No, I'll probably be upstairs. My electric bill will probably be high too. Dude, I had the highest electric bill I ever had last month because we had like days of like 0 degrees.
It's just cold. Yeah, it's just so cold.
How much was it?
$600.
Oof. Doesn't beat my electric bills here in the summertime. Mine get up to upwards of $700 to $800, but that's still high though. 600
in California. In California, it's over here. The electric bills that are that high would be nuts. People would be losing their mind.
It's just because it's hot.
That much? Oh my god!
Yeah, because it's so damn hot. Because I mean, you live in a place that I live in the Central California. Central California is an inferno.
Yeah, mine's cooler. That's always like, oh my god.
Yeah, down south, it's up north. It's cooler. Like San Francisco, a lot of people don't even have air conditioners there. Like Sacramento, you need one, but it's not as bad. But Central Valley, it is like hot as hell here. It's like it's where all like the farming stuff is, and like it's just hot. It's just really so summers are just like crazy for me. But
you take
okay.
the heat over the feces, right?
The heat over the feces.
Because if you had both, that would be a heinous.
I mean, there's manure, there's farms. Like a lot of people, like where you get like milk and dairy. I mean, so you smell it sometimes. Where I live more in like the city suburb area thing, so it's not as bad. I don't live out by the farms, but I mean, sometimes you smell it. But what's good about it is that it's like if you're cooling like a house like the size of mine, like that's also another problem because like the different rooms, there's central air, but then like the different rooms, like if my house was smaller, then it would be better. But
I've got a basement, main floor, second floor, so it's always fun with that.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. Radic, how's it going over there? How we doing?
Things have been going great this week. Lots to talk about. I recorded an episode of Sacred Symbols Plus with LSM. Talked to Brad and Cullen about Sons of Sparta, spoiler cast. It's live now for their patrons. It'll be out for free feeds probably sometime next week. I don't really know. But yeah, excited for the show. Lots to talk about.
Good stuff. What about Celia? How's it going over there?
Pretty good. Nothing to complain about weather today. It was sunny, and I think it was like 68 today or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I worked out outside today. It was great.
Yeah, it was such a nice day.
Yeah, it was a nice day
must be
today.
nice. Oh,
yeah,
man.
it is nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Everyone's talking about the weather, and I want to be included. Okay.
Perks of California. A lot of highs, some lows, but a lot of highs. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Besides that, I've been just, working on Mina stuff. Everything's going great. And I've been playing Pokemon Puzzle League, the N64 game.
It's
interesting.
It's so good. Okay, hey, John, it's a wonderful game.
It's actually good. And you know what?
No,
like
it is. It's on NSO. And like my whole thing with Puzzle League is that I rented it once from Blockbuster when I was a little kid, but the cartridge didn't work for some reason. And like, I tried all the tricks, clean the cart and like everything, and it just wouldn't work. So I was like, I swore off Puzzle League. I was like, I'm not going to play it. And anyways, so I decided to pick it up and try again because it's on NSO. Why not? Right. And it's really fun. I'm on V hard right now. There's another level that's S hard, and apparently you fight Mewtwo or something or battle Mewtwo in it. I didn't know that, and it's kind of really cool. So I've been enjoying that.
I was always a Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine person back then.
Nice.
Yep, that was the move. This is impossible to beat towards the end, but Pokemon Puzzle League is always good too. I think because I remember we rented it back with the system back in the day. I think we were expecting a different game. Even though it says Puzzle League, you see Pokemon on the front. I think they were expecting something different. So everyone just sat there and watched one person play like reverse Tetris for like an hour, and like, I get Mario Kart. So, but good stuff. What about OJ? How's it going over there?
It's going good. Yeah, weather's good. Been playing a ton of Xenoblade X, so we got the update for that, and it's been awesome. I'm glad I waited to finish everything. Now I can finally play it the way that I wanted to. Switch to Pro Controller makes it a lot better to play as well with button mapping. Just makes it just significantly. It was already really good, but now it just makes it even better. So I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying
it. Okay, you're rolling. You're gonna beat it now. Sean's on you now.
I'm looking forward to the review. I was told there was going to be a review.
I already beat the game on the Wii U.
I don't care.
I beat the game on the Wii U.
I was told by you that there would be a review of the Switch edition, and now I guess Switch 2 edition.
I talked about the game on the Switch.
Frame rates and resolution, although the handheld mode looks a little dodgy. I've heard. I'm not 100%.
It's a little. They need to fix it.
Yeah, they need to put out a patch for the. It's still better than playing it handheld on the Switch 1.
Oh no, it is. Well, I mean, it's 60 outright. It's 60 frames. So yeah,
there's some graphical. Flickering.
Targeted 60. Yeah. But it's like there's basically shimmering going on, and it's some weird upscaling thing they're using. And basically, if you move the camera, think of like the rock formations, the foliage, everything in the background has like this shifting effect around it while the camera moves. It's very noticeable in handheld mode. It wasn't as noticeable in docked mode, although if I got really close to the TV, I guess I could see it. But that's not how I'd play normally. But handheld, it's like, it's close to you, so it's easier to see.
So I am going to get that for you guys. And I do also want to point out that I had 83 hours in Xenoblade X last year. So that was more hours than Sean. So I just want to put the point that
mine was 85. But
you beat the game. But you beat the game.
Yes.
I'm nowhere near beating the game. I'm only on chapter, I think, 6.
I'm sorry that it seems to be taking longer to beat
I was gonna say I fired it up to look, and I was in chapter 10 at 40 hours.
Yeah, because I'm doing 100% run. The first run that I did in the game, it was like 130 hours or something crazy like that. So this one, they added extra content to this one. Plus, I want to do everything with the Frontier now. There's just like a million things.
That's why we need the video when it's done. I'll be waiting.
When it's done, I will get it to you. I will get it. And it'll actually have missions that you didn't play. So
I will retweet. Yeah, but how long is this video going to be? You're going to cover every mission there is?
2 hours. 2.5.
2 hours. Okay.
You heard it. You heard it here first. Pen to paper. Put it
locked in on 2 hours.
It is not going to be 2 hours. It's going to be like
call Fringe. He'll help you.
Evan, how's it going over there, Evan?
It's going all right. Just checking out chat. It's been pretty funny so far. People saying hi, and 2 times now I've had to let Hey OJ through. I don't know why it's specifically stopping people from saying hi to OJ, and I have to click show. Thanks, YouTube.
Racist chatbot? What's going on here, man?
It's YouTube's new bullshit where it just holds half the stuff.
I know there was some issues just because like OJ Simpson and YouTube was like at one point with my name. A lot of times, even in my own chat, that happened before. So like, so I think that might be it too.
Okay. Well, it's definitely a busy week. Bluepoint closed down, or has been announced they're closing. Xbox got like crazy shakeup that happened. Got some Pokemon news with random FireRed LeafGreen announcement. And I did put this in there because I have to at least recognize it, since this has been Sean's system for so long, the Virtual Boy. Because it came out. People got it. And I wanted to let Sean tell us about the Virtual Boy for a second here.
I've got some problems. I find it bizarre that a lot of people are like, oh, it's with the headset apparatus. They're like, oh, it's just like it used to be. And it's like, no. Have you played a Virtual Boy before for like any length of time?
The majority of people are going to say no.
There is... Now I've heard that the cardboard headset is better as far as the visual clarity, and there's something wrong with the spacing, I believe, because when you boot up a Virtual Boy normally and it has the little Virtual Boy screen and there's the 4 squares in the corner, you're not really adjusting the size of it. You're more so adjusting the like the eye part of it to make it look sharper. But when you fire it up with the headset, it's almost like they've either positioned the Switch 2 too close to the lenses, or the lenses themselves are at a different angle. Because now what you kind of have to do is, and you could kind of adjust it, but even when you adjust it, I noticed myself like having this issue, and I didn't really mention it in my video because I couldn't really figure out like what the issue was. And then I started thinking about it more and more, and I actually talked to Joe from GameSack, because I was like, this something feels off about this. And so he just kind of started spitballing ideas. I was getting a little bit like nauseous playing it, and I never get nauseous playing my standard Virtual Boy. I even fired up my standard Virtual Boy to see. What I think is happening is because of the larger kind of field of vision that you have for whatever reason, it makes your eyes shift around a lot more. So you're like, instead of just kind of focusing in a central point like you do on the Virtual Boy and do minimal eye movements, with this, I notice myself having to do more dramatic eye movements. And I think because your head is so still and your eyes are just kind of like, now they're going up, now they're going to the left, and like you're having to strain a little bit more, I think that's been causing an issue. Now, like I said, I've heard that the cardboard actually does better, but I'm not spending $25 on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, you probably have to like hire racks to build it for you too.
Oh, exactly.
No. Here's the thing. It comes pre-assembled.
Oh, it's still $25.
I did an unboxing.
That's the
for
cost
it, and
for pre-assembly.
I thought I was going to have to put it up together, and it comes in a larger box. You open it, and it's actually in there. So they used cardboard to support cardboard when they shipped. Like actually inside, there's like a whole cardboard setup to hold the cardboard.
Now you have to hold it up to your face though when you use the cardboard, right?
Dude, how long until people start like dropping 3D printed like stands and other things that you can just buy for $10?
Build a strap for it.
Or yeah, people were doing that with Labo, where they were just like they were attaching
around
your head.
VR.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with it though is because it's cardboard that goes up against your face, it lets some light in. Whereas with the stuff you're using is like the felt that goes against your face, and it just basically suction cups almost off any light. So maybe people will work with that too. But the thing is that the lenses are larger, and they're not pancake lenses. They look more like that, where it's just like a really large lens that I think just has more support for your eyes.
It kind of looks more like the Labo VR headset lenses.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, I have most of the games. Like, I mean, one of the best games, Mario Tennis, isn't even on there yet. So I have most of the games I would want to play for Virtual Boy. And if anything, this made me want to play my standard Virtual Boy again. And I'll check it out for the other stuff. But I find it very bizarre that you can't just play the games without using the Virtual Boy feature, like on your TV or in handheld mode. I don't see a reason for that. Like, I've seen people say it ruins games. It does not ruin games. It just takes away a 3D effect because, spoiler alert, the Virtual Boy isn't virtual reality. It's just depth perception 3D. They probably should have called it the 3D Boy. It doesn't ruin any games. It might make a game a little bit more challenging, like Jack Bros or something.
What's the game where you're the ship that goes between like level? You know, it's like a top-down shooter.
Vertical Force.
So with the depth, you can actually tell what's below a level and what's up, like with you. Yeah, that one, but it's not like game breaking.
But like people have been emulating Virtual Boy forever, and it's it's weird. I saw some people like, oh well, there's too much red on the screen and it could burn into your television. Yeah, if you have a plasma TV from 2007, sure, that is a very valid concern. But like, and plus they're doing all the filters and stuff like that eventually. I don't know why they're not available now, but for like different colors, I don't know. It seems like, I mean, it's obviously something they didn't put a lot of time and effort into. But it's like, well, why do it if you're not going to at least, make it a little bit better for quality of life purposes?
Maybe that's later on. They'll push an update to allow you to play it docked. It's because right now, you're right. It seems very limited. They just want to sell the plastic hardware right now. I'm sure that's the big thing.
But how much? I mean, like, how many people are really going to get out of there? Thank you. How many people are? It like bounced up and into the goal almost twice, but he missed it. Like, how many people are really buying this? Like, how many do you think? I know they sold out initially, but like, how many do you think they actually made initially? Like,
20,000,
10,000, like,
they are probably thinking we'll get a nice wave of just initial nostalgia. It'll slowly tail off. Then we'll just push the updates so you can play it docked.
But what nostalgia is there? The system itself didn't even sell 1 mil worldwide.
Man, I'm trying to explain Nintendo with Nintendo decisions right now. I don't know.
And somehow they're the smartest and best looking company out of the three. Right?
Yeah,
now.
kind of.
Like, by a country mile, you can take all the things and add them up. And man, it ain't nowhere near Bluepoint. Ain't nowhere near Xbox. Shit.
Yeah.
Just jump in if we're all complaining about the Virtual Boy. I think it's a darn shame that they aren't including the hit licensed movie Waterworld. Dude, out of the 22 games that they could have selected, they missed out on Waterworld. That would have been the best one.
Nobody wants to play Waterworld.
I want to play Waterworld. Have you guys seen the movie, The Wonderful
Nobody
Plot?
cares about.
How dare you? I care about Waterworld.
Nobody cares about freaking Virtual Boy. That's why it's not a big deal, because nobody gives a shit about Virtual Boy.
Right, but if you're charging $100 for the headset and the headset isn't very good.
I'm not saying that your critique is bad. Your critique is spot on. What I'm saying is that most people don't give a shit about the Virtual Boy. That's all I'm saying. Why, like, nobody cares.
So why do you think they decided to do this then?
Because they just felt like doing it. They always do weird stuff like this.
Consoles? They don't. A weird console drop.
They made Labo cardboard. That was weird. They still did it.
But that was different. That was something different. This is just based on something that you kind of have to have nostalgia for, or else nobody gives a shit about it. And nobody gave a shit about it when it first came out. So like, I don't know. Why not look at?
They probably had enough data to know the number of people who would have purchased this at this point. So they just figure, fuck it, do it.
That's exactly like we're trying to break it down to a science.
This feels like something that it just snuck out of R&D. That's what this feels like. It just got through.
Someone higher up just really, really loves the Virtual Boy.
Wait a minute.
And it could have been the thing where they were like, I will do this project.
Here we go.
If you release this game.
We all know why this happened.
Go ahead, Sean.
The same reason that Pokemon costs $20 a piece. Devin fucking Pritchard.
That's not how that works, Sean.
It is in Sean's world.
It is. No, it is in the internet's world. In the internet.
That's your world, man.
I made a video saying that you're all fucking stupid if you think she's ruining the company 2 months into it, but
Thank you. Like, I don't know. It's like Native America does a lot of marketing stuff. So if you're gonna be mad at Nintendo, be mad at NCL.
Be mad at Kit and Krista. That's who you need.
They did it. Oh my god. It's really crazy that they did that.
Well, there you go. The Virtual Boy. It's back with the migraines. Check it out. Yes. There you go.
Wait, before we move on, have you looked at Virtual Boy prices on eBay? Do you know how much a Virtual Boy controller costs right now?
A controller's more than $100. I know that.
Yes. Yeah. One of my controllers wasn't working because I have 2 Virtual Boys, and I was like, I'll get another one. $150. Yep. But I found one on Whatnot for $110, and I had a bunch of credit accumulated because people still use my link sometimes. So I got it for $16 shipped because I only had to pay for shipping.
That's not bad.
That's why they did it, Sean. So people don't have to buy the Virtual Boy online for $100 controllers. That's why.
Wait, what if someone stumbled upon a storage unit full of Virtual Boys, and they're like, we need to make these prices soar, so that's why they re-released it. Just throwing that out there. Theories, just a game theory.
Let's go. Let's talk about Bluepoint. This I did not expect it. Dropped at 1:45 p.m. via Jason Schreier. Out of nowhere, PlayStation is shutting down Bluepoint Games, studio responsible for modern remakes of classic games such as Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus. Bloomberg News has learned.
Come on, how are you not going to put Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD in there? That should have been. I just finished Metal Gear Solid 2 HD. I see the blue point on the screen when it pops up. Shed a tear.
They've done a lot in their time. They obviously worked very closely with Sony, but they also managed to port Titanfall to the Xbox 360. There it is. Yep. Shadow of the Colossus. The Uncharted, Nathan Drake collection. Yep.
Gravity Rush remastered. They ported
Shadow
PS All
Colossus.
Stars to PS Vita, Flower, tons of stuff. Yep.
Yep. So this was just out of nowhere, random almost. Jay Schreier says roughly 70 employees will be impacted by the Bluepoint closure. They were working on that God of War live service until it was canceled early last year, and then they spent the last year. So this last year was them just pitching ideas to Sony to try to determine what they do next, and they couldn't seem to figure out what they were going to do. So Sony said that's enough of that, and they shut them down. Apparently in next month it's official, like they're going to be dissolved.
John, did you see the new rumor with the information about what happened too?
I think it was Detective Seeds was throwing information out there after he said he messaged a bunch of developers on LinkedIn, and it was like, hey, we'll keep anonymous and stuff. You want to share your story? I saw 3 of them come back, I think it was, right, with information about what happened. And I do think you're going to see Schreier probably follow up with this. I'm sure he's looking into it. Yeah. But still, I mean, Detective Seeds had some info on the idea that apparently with the live service thing, when that fell through, they've been pitching projects to Bluepoint, of course, since then. And apparently they turned back to the remake category. Like, hey, we're going to pitch some remakes to Sony. And Sony was turning them down. So that's interesting. I guess Sony... I don't know, were they looking for a live service game again from Bluepoint?
So from that tweet, he said that they turned down the remakes because Sony didn't see them as like profitable ventures. Right. And he said like one of the projects they pitched actually went to another studio, which is pretty curious. Like I'll wonder if that was like a remake they pitched or like a original or a new game they pitched as well. We don't know. And you know this, John. Like this is a point Mystic Ryan always tries to make. That Bluepoint pitched the God of War live service game. Like they wanted to make that game. However, and I have to be clear, it falls on Herman Hulst and Jim Ryan for creating an environment for their studios where they would more likely greenlight a pitch if it's a live service game.
Yeah.
And I know there's the statement from the Bluepoint co-founder or director, I can't remember who, when they got purchased. It's like, no, we don't want to make remasters anymore or remakes anymore. We want to make original content. And on one hand, that's fine, that's cool. But I feel like it was up to Herman and Jim Ryan especially to say, it's like, guys, your first original game shouldn't be a live service, you know? Like I feel like that's kind of a ridiculous jump from a remake. Why not just like an original game, whether it's a new IP or an established IP from a Sony franchise? Dude, this is just so disappointing. This is so disappointing as a huge PlayStation fan. Bluepoint was like one of my favorite studios. I was so excited to see what they're going to do after the fantastic remakes of Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus, all the remasters they did. And I get that they wanted to make original games, but if I was Herman, I'd be like, dude, we need you to make another remake.
Do you think the purchase was made because Sony bought Bluepoint after Demon's Souls came out, like the following year? Do you think the purchase was made with the idea that, okay, this is going to enable us to make an original game, and that's why it all happened? Like they brought them in
on Bluepoint side or Sony side?
Kind of both. I mean, Bluepoint going, oh, well, we want to make an original game. All they've really done, because if you look at all their contract work and things where they just collaborate or partner with these different companies to do it. So they don't have any original IPs to their name.
Except for Blast Factor.
Sure. Yeah. But like you know, recently or any, but like recently, a lot of the games that they're known for are games they don't have any stake in, really. Yeah. The idea being, okay, we're going to get acquired by Sony because they'll give us the tools or the backing to create an original IP. It won't be a massive risk where we probably have to finance it on our end. And then take 4 or 5 years and hope that it works out. That's kind of my thought.
They were put on Ragnarok support from, I would say, 2021 until, because I think the rumors said that they pitched the God of War live service game like late 2022, early 2023. And that clearly it got canceled, right? So you kind of know what happened there. Dude, as I said, this just sucks, man. Like Herman Hulst, like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
But at least they still have, you know, the studio that did Horizon Call of the Mountain, and they still have Haven Studio, you know, studios that are really bolstering and helping the company.
This is
Bungie with Marathon. That's gonna light the world on fire too.
This is the funniest part, is like people see this happen because they look at Bluepoint very talented, especially from a technical side, and they go, hold on, why are we putting Herman Hulst in this? And then they go, oh, well, what's Media Molecule been doing? Like they're pointing out studios and they're like, what's Haven doing? They're looking around like, okay, why are these studios here but Bluepoint isn't?
I mean, a few of these episodes ago, we brought up the question of who was the next studio to close down, and we all said Fair Games.
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone was
so
like,
yeah. That's why it was so shocking.
It's the curse of the Colossus, man. Japan studio made it dead. Now they remade it.
Pretty much.
That's a double dead. When I was editing my video, I was like, damn. When I put in Demon Souls, I was like, they both dead. Like, because like it pops up, Japan Studios pops up. Bluepoint is just like, man, yeah, it's like Radic said. Not much more you can add. This sucks, man. This is mismanagement at the. If anybody's worked on the corporate level, this is the type of bullshit that bosses don't want to take responsibility for, and they'll blame everybody else but themselves. They'll blame everybody but themselves, and that is what Herman Holst and whoever else made these, Jim Ryan or whoever, like, this is, it's like taking, I think I made this analogy, it's like taking Steph Curry, who's the greatest shooter of all time, and putting him at center and say, hey, guard Shaquille O'Neal. It's like, that's not what he does. Like,
that's the matchup I want to see.
Yeah, like, it's a matchup you're going to get destroyed. It's going to get destroyed. It's like, what's the point of doing that? You've got a shooter who can shoot from the outside. Like, let him shoot and let him do what he does. Bluepoint, I get it. They want to make a God of War game or whatever, but you got, as managers, as bosses, you got to say, well, you guys aren't equipped for that yet. You've never made one. You're good at this. Let's start here. And then if that's successful, then we can go here. That's what managers and good management is supposed to do. You're supposed to know your team better than they know themselves. And if they allow them to do that, that is a gross mismanagement. Like, you just can't allow people to do whatever they want, especially if you purchase them. Like, you tell them what to do, and you should know that they're not good at that. Of course it was going to fail. They never done one. And a God of War, like we already had God of War Ascension, and that multiplayer was okay.
It was fine, but like it's not a project like I want like a spin-off game off of,
Exactly. So they already tried God of War multiplayer, and the fans didn't react like, oh my God, we need more God of War multiplayer. Nobody said that. I mean, I played Ascension, I played the multiplayer, I thought it was okay, but nobody said we need more of that. And I get it, you want to offer something different, but it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's on Herman Holst when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, you can't put people in a position to fail and then blame them when they fail. Like that's terrible. Should have been remasters, remakes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Go ahead.
I'm just genuinely like confused by what even happened with this. Like, I understand like they canceled a game that they were working on, but their company historically has made profitable releases, and like it just seems like a weird loss of talent.
Yep.
And I know that like, certain closures like, or, layoffs or things will happen like post Q1, early Q2, while they're doing restructuring decisions. But to just like nuke a studio like that has historically made great games, and like they make great games together, and it would be profitable if they got them on the right track of, I don't know, something that might make more sense for this like era of gaming. I don't know. I just feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot, and why them?
It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. This is not a good idea.
We all know the insider. I don't know, like Shinobi 602.
His house is burning.
What the hell? What the hell was that?
OG's house is on fire.
I have a crazy fire alarm because here in California, wildfires.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
you're
anytime my wife uses like the deep broiler that we have, like this really cool custom oven, like the thing says, there's a problem. Sorry, it went out like multiple times during my stream. I'm so sorry about that, guys. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
She's not burning down anything though. Everything's fine. Right. The house is
fine. Your kids are home vaping.
We have a sprinkler system too. So if things really actually got to, they'll come.
That I want to see. That'll be good.
No, you never want that to come out. No.
So some guy on Reset Era asked, like even thinking like an executive, is Bluepoint that expensive to maintain that it's better to close it? And then Shinobi, who has like clearly insider connections. I love Bluepoint, and it's extremely sad. Though the simple answer is the team didn't have a product after almost 6 years, and they were far away from realizing revenue, which makes them a target. And I guess that makes sense. Like they didn't have their own game for like 5.5 years, something like that. But we already explained why Herman shouldn't have greenlit that live service game. But that kind of brings me to a question, not question, like a thought that like people are worried about Bend, and I was worried about Bend too. about them being the next ones to shut down. The difference is like they had the Days Gone PC port in 2021, and then they had the remaster last year. So that they're bringing in money. Media Molecule, on the other hand, that's the one I'm really worried about because I love Little Big Planet. Tearaway is also a very special game to me. I love that game. Dreams was cool, but it clearly didn't do well, unfortunately.
Dreams was a legal quagmire with how many people were remaking Nintendo games in it.
Pretty much, yeah. And like that did not resonate or move the needle at all. So unfortunately, and this breaks my heart to say this, but I am actually very worried about Media Molecule. Very worried.
Jack Move Johnny says Herm Holst and Jim Ryan belong in prison.
I love
the money they'd get for leaving.
Yeah, Herman's like he's got to go, bro. Like
this is like video game terrorism to some degree, isn't it?
I kind of feel like Herman Holt. Oh, OJ's saying
you're
making
muted.
a point.
Sorry, can we completely blame Herman? Isn't it some of this Jim Ryan's fault too?
Yeah,
they're both,
Jack
right?
said Jim Ryan, Herman Holst, but Jim Ryan's gone. He's already out.
Jim Ryan hired Herman to as
the
leader of first party, right? So
I mean, I think it is that situation where you kind of look at this now, just with how many of these cases of live service and instances around some weird stuff happening behind the scenes, studio closures and stuff, where you go, does Herman Holst know how to identify games and talent?
Yeah,
because the Concord thing. The Concord thing had people already like really looking at him sideways, but Bluepoint, I kind of think, is that situation of you brought them in, and that should be a studio that you work to build up and foster. Instead, it's like, no, nothing. All right, we're cutting them. They're out. It's like, man, that was kind of quick because they never put out a game under Sony. Sony bought them and they helped make Ragnarok, but they never put out a game.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane, dude.
Gotta be some weird like 4D psychology where you just take something that's supposedly good, show up to all the studios that are starting to suck, and then just like blow its head off and be like, now work, do it. It's awkward.
I do think we're missing some context here. We're missing a piece of the puzzle. That's the whole last year that was very vague details of they were pitching games, because I do honestly think we need to know what games they were pitching to Sony to see to understand where Sony is right now. So like if they showed up and said, we want to remake Adidas Power Soccer, okay, Herman Holst probably went, no, that's not a good idea, and that's the right call. But if they showed up and said, we want to remake Infamous, or we want to remake any of think about the big powerhouse games like Siphon
Resistance,
or
Killzone,
or they're like, can we get
Konami
Konami on the phone and can we work with them because Konami's licensing all these games out? Can we remake Metal Gear Solid 1 with them? Something like that where it's high profile. It would create a lot of excitement and hype, and has the chance of being one of those big 90+ Metacritic Bluepoint remakes like Demon Souls, which Demon Souls should have been a terrifying game to remake with that fan base, but they did it. It scored well, it sold well, it helped move PlayStation 5 systems, and
short dev time too.
Short dev time, it all came together for them. So we need to know what Sony said yes and no to, and that to me is the biggest thing we need to understand now. So that's why I'm hoping Jason Schreier digs into it and finds something.
There's a rumor, I don't know if it's real, but Legend of Dragoon was one that they pitched that got shot.
Do you have a source for that?
I don't have a source.
Trust
for that,
me, bro.
But that is a rumor. It was from. Gosh, I'll get it to you, Raddick. It's on Twitter. I'll get that for you. Like I said, but I don't want to push that as if that's like 100%.
Yeah, Twitter is the ultimate. Trust me, bro. Like that's.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that was like one. If we're throwing around games that could have been, that was one of the games that apparently could have been, but Sony would never green like that. So I mean, like whatever, If
they whiffed on that and they said no, I'd have to look at Herman Holst's little side, because that would at least create some diversity in their lineup.
Oh my
with
god,
with the Legend Dragoon game.
It'd be a brand new game to everybody. Nobody played it like that. Or at least people remember Legend of Dragoon, but it's a PS1 game, and there's been nothing. There's been absolutely nothing since then. But that type of game would be expensive. That would definitely not be a quick, turnaround type of game. That's
why I'm like envisioning an Infamous, where a lot of the source materials they're probably devs still within Sony that could help them with it even.
Yeah.
That would have, I think, made the most. I still think it's worth it for Sony to think about a superhero game where they're not reliant on Disney partnering with them every time. Just stuff like that would make sense to have Bluepoint explore.
Infamous 1 remake? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. that game is kind of crunchy on the PS3. You play it on the PS3, it's pretty crunchy.
Infamous remake would be good. I think that would be really good.
Oh man, that's what is so disappointing about this closure is that Shadow of the Colossus remake was February 2018. Demon Souls was at the launch, so November 2020. It's like what 2.5 years. Like we could have been on our third PS5 Bluepoint remake by now. And that's what was so exciting about it as a PlayStation fan. It's like, oh, they can bring back any old IP. Like every 2.5 years, we get like a random IP comes back to life, and now we're not going to get that, and that's so sad.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that is like it helps fill in the gaps, right? Like that, if we could have got 2 or 3 of those, it could have filled in the gaps very nicely over this course of this last 5 years for the PlayStation. And I think, and I know not everybody loves remasters and stuff, or remakes, but they're really well done. They're really like Bluepoint does a good job with most of them, so it's unfortunate.
They're handling some very, I'd say some very sensitive franchises too, where if you mess it up, you're in trouble. And they tackle them pretty well. But the thing that this is the thing that really makes me question Herman Holster, Jim Ryan, whoever was like, yes, live service God of War. Bungie, how many employees are at Bungie right now? Like, if we go back to like before they got in trouble basically and started to cut back, it was more than 1,000 people that work there. Right now it's like 800. All right. Why? Because they do these live service games and you need a lot of people to do it. Bluepoint's 70 people. And it's like, I don't know how you look at them and go, yeah, you should do a God of War live service game with 70 people and then do post support after that. Because here's my biggest concern about this. All right, Radic, is it's similar to the Last of Us Online situation where they actually made a good God of War game. And then they got to the finish line just about, or it missed milestones because they realized they need to have so much post-game support, post-release support that they weren't going to be able to keep up with. And then they axed it because of that. Apparently that Last of Us Online game was good, but Naughty Dog realized they just weren't going to be able to keep up with post-release support. So rather than turn it into a standalone game or something that was more controlled and, like walled off as, oh, it's going to be a multiplayer game we're going to release and then leave it behind kind of, they just canceled it. That would be devastating for the whole story if that came out. Yeah,
and like that hypothesis you came up with, like you gotta apply that with every canceled live service game they had, like Twisted Metal, the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
The Deviation game, the Dark Outlaw kind of like revived that in a way. It's just and then you realize, okay, but Concord slipped through the goalie. Fair Games slipped through the goalie. Horizon Hunters Gathering, we haven't played it yet. But sure. That made it in because it's the Horizon IP. And who's the head of PlayStation Studios right now? Herman Holst, who's former Guerrilla. And like I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but like optically, I think I said this on a previous episode, but optically it does look pretty bad on Herman.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Jim Ryan.
He's got the Skill Frontiers too. It's like, come on.
Look, I saw Jim Ryan try to hold a controller. All right. I get it. It's like, he's going to miss. All right, he's going to miss some of these. Herman Holst, man, he's got his arms crossed in that profile. He's looking like he's confident with it. And then it's just Horizon. Like spam the Horizon button. It feels
Lego
like
Horizon VR.
Maybe Bluepoint should have pitched a Horizon live service game. I don't know. Maybe it would have worked.
Oh,
but
they would have shut that down because they got two Horizon games coming.
Hey, but you know what's better than two?
Yeah,
three. That's true.
Yeah, can't have too much Horizon. Come on now. The whole thing is just a shame to see. Because Bluepoint's logo comes up in a state of play, people would have sat up and paid
people
attention.
would have popped off. Yeah,
it's exciting, man. Because like the people that like nostalgia for certain IPs and games, like you said, even like if you're not a PlayStation fan, like you don't know what's gonna pop up. Like if you're not like a hardcore PlayStation fan, like Demon Souls, right? That guy, oh wow, Demon Souls, that was great. Even though yes, that was PS3, but there's a lot more Souls fans now, at that point. So it's pretty cool, Sean, what are you playing, bro?
He's probably popping off.
He was watching.
He's either popping off or taking a shit. It's one.
He was watching the Knicks game, and maybe something happened.
He's on his Switch. He's on his Switch too.
What? I had to get a drink and I picked up my Switch because it's halftime.
I was just asking what you playing, bro.
He was in a Metal Gear Solid mood, so
I just beat one. I beat one like 2 days ago. Beat 2 today. About to start 3.
Well, what's done is done, though. At the end of the day, like Bluepoint Bluepoint's not coming back, I guess, right?
No. I don't think and I don't think it's gonna be like a Hi-Fi Rush Tango Gameworks situation where like another publisher buys them. Sony doesn't really do that. Once they shut down the studio, they're gonna shut them down for good.
It's done.
And it's a shame. It's like such a fucking shame, dude.
I think the thing is a shame is if Bluepoint didn't get bought by Sony, Bluepoint would probably still be around right now.
Probably, dude.
No, they would, because people would be hiring them left and right to make remasters and remakes.
Konami would have hired them right away.
Oh my goodness. Port studios are the safest. Panic Button, all these guys, Virtuous, all these guys have tons of work.
That's the annoying thing, OG, because like in like 5, 6, 7 years, like Sony's gonna be like, all right, we need a remake. We want to do a remake. We need a studio for that. It's like, brother, you had one. You had one.
We're gonna buy Panic Button.
Brought to you by Fair Games.
Hey, in 4 years, we'll be due for Horizon Forbidden West remake. So
Oh my
I'll be
God.
looking around for Bluepoint.
Yeah. Lovely.
No, I think you're right that they're gonna regret this shutdown probably during the PS6 generation, especially with where games are gonna be for how much it costs and how long it takes to make them. But that I think that's one of the biggest frustrations is that Demon's Souls remake I think really got people looking at Bluepoint as we need to hire these people to remake this game or that game, and Sony locked them up and they didn't do anything for 5 years. In those 5 years, we probably would have had 2 releases like you're mentioning.
I think it was even before that people were thinking this team is because Shadow of the Colossus remake, that was
phenomenal.
That was very good.
Phenomenal.
Incredible. I think even from like because there are some people, not everybody, but there are some people that feel like the Demon's Souls remake, they messed up like that
is totally valid.
Fans.
The purist
really
fan, like the purist fan. But obviously, it's a great remake. The Shadow of the Colossus remake was just stunning.
It's incredible.
It was because of the game, the scope and scale of the game is crazy, right? Like with those, like the big, like huge. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I think that they would have got a lot of work. I mean, if Sony would have just left them alone, they could have just left them alone and still had them work on things. That's the crazy part about it. Like Radix said, they could have just left them alone and still we would have them working on things. That's the craziest thing about it.
So, question for the panel: do you think Herman Hulst will still be with PlayStation by the end of 2026?
Yes.
Do I think? Oh, do I? Oh,
yeah. Yes. Should he be? No. Will he be? Yes.
What if the Horizon live service games bomb? Like then is you just
when does that
if they both flop, he might.
So
if
the
they
first
both flop, maybe.
Yeah, the first player test for that Horizon game should be next week, right? Because they said the end of the month.
Yeah, so but this week. But this week is the Marathon Network test. That'd be weird to run both of them at the same time.
Well, which game are we talking about? The Hunter Gatherer game or
Hunter's Gathering? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Although
those are going to be like closed player tests, right? It's not even big open. Yeah. Okay.
I think that one could flop, but I think the other one is going to do well.
Steel Frontiers?
Yeah, I think Steel Frontiers is going to do really good. I don't know about Hunter Gatherer, it might do well, but I think Steel Frontier actually looks really good from what I've seen.
It's just like, oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
I almost wonder if Herman Hulst could get another demotion, to be honest, because I think if Herman Hulst just went back and was running Guerrilla, I think it'd be fine. Yeah. I think sometimes you just realize, hey, maybe this management thing isn't really in your wheelhouse, but you can really get a team to the finish line with a game like a Horizon and do a great job with it. And maybe that's what we're gonna talk about Xbox here soon with the massive shakeup happening there. Sometimes that's what needs to happen. The live service pitch, it's worked a few times with like Helldivers 2, obviously, but
which was a Sean Layden game,
and obvious. Okay,
which almost shot itself in the foot.
Giving Herman Hulst shit.
Yeah. And obviously, I will say this with Helldivers 2. Obviously, the way that they treated that in State of Plays, they did not think it was like, hey, here's 2 minutes. We're going to show you 2 or 3 minutes of Helldivers 2. Awesome. Here's 20 minutes of Concord.
Wait, hold on,
like,
why'd you say that so fast, bro?
No, because like you can't. Well, I don't know, man. I just want Herman gone, dude. Dead ass. Like,
Radix said that so damn fast.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
You ready to get? Man, I get it. The Bluepoint closure hit. It hit hard,
dude. It like if you were to ask me to list like 4 or 5 studios, I think Sony would shut down. Bluepoint would not be on that list.
No,
definitely not.
It wouldn't be.
It would be like Media Molecule, Fire Sprite, maybe Bend. I think that's it on the chopping block. Because after that, you're getting into like Insomniac, Guerrilla, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch. Bungie could be one of them.
I will say if Marathon bombs, I think Bungie. I almost wonder if they're done. Honestly, they might pull more developers from there into Sony and
do like a
Bungie
team
is like
LFG situation. Yeah,
like a skeleton crew to maintain Destiny 2 for as long as they can. That might be what happens because it's a lot riding on Marathon.
Wait, if Bungie goes down, like somebody heads are gonna roll because that was a $3 billion purchase.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah,
let's hope that I don't want that to happen because that means like that's not going to be good. So
yeah, it's like Bungie, they bought Savage, which became Neon Koi. They bought Firewalk. They bought Bluepoint, and they all shut down. And then Haven is inevitably going to get shut down. Like I'm not saying that to be a dick. It's just like optically with fair games, there's like negative excitement. Not even no excitement. There's negative excitement.
How is that game still in development? I don't understand.
I don't know.
They're trying to salvage it.
That might be the Star Wars for Sony right there. Hey, you don't know. You never know. All I know is I need Nixes on a Horizon live service game tomorrow. That's what I need. Okay.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Just what's the PlayStation audience needs another Horizon game. Yeah.
There better be. Can't have too much Horizon. Mecha Omar does make a good point here. Just wanted to say happy 40th Zelda. Nintendo may not care, but I do.
We're all
they didn't mention of it. They didn't make any mention. Came out first time in February 21st, 1986. 40 years of Zelda.
What's your guys' favorite Zelda game?
Link to the Past.
Good choice.
Favorite one.
Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild.
So I'm not doing a bit right now. I'm not before Breath of the Wild. The only Zelda game I played was Link's crossbow training because I had the Wii Zapper.
That's wild.
That's a good one.
That's a good game.
I liked it.
To be fair, it's not a bad game.
And then I finally played Breath of the Wild, so that's probably
okay. So you don't have any experience, Radic, with the traditional dungeon format for Zelda? Nope. Interesting. Nope. Okay. Huh.
I have a 3DS, which I hypothetically finagled with. And I hypothetically have Ocarina of Time 3D, so I'm hypothetically going to check that out.
I will tell you this, Radic, if you play through that and you make a video that says you played Ocarina of Time for the first time, dude, that actually
it's a cheat code,
very popular.
Yeah,
those are very popular videos.
PlayStation fan plays a Zelda game for the first time.
Yeah,
make that the title. People will watch it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah, play that. Do that. It does look good on the 3DS still and everything. But Ocarina, that's a good one. Go to that. See what you think.
I like Age of Seasons. I'm just throwing it out there. And Majora's Mask. Majora's is like a really good one. So after you play Ocarina of Time, play Majora. What?
Okay. That's one of Skull Kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Majora's Mask. It's not like a mainline standard princess and that story. It's actually kind of cool with all the side.
Yeah,
it's very
aesthetically look cool. Yeah.
I love that. I tend to
super
enjoy it
depressing. It was great.
It's very depressing.
Yeah, it makes you feel things. I like them sad games. Okay.
Yeah, it's so like they got everyone has 3 days to live, and they're all still maintaining their life. What's that? No, I mean they
more so than other Nintendo franchises, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. More than like Mario or yeah. So, but at that time, it was just impressive for what it was able to do on the N64, and it was
gotcha.
It took the traditional dungeon format, but moved it into 3D, and it was really impressive. Majora's Mask was very interesting because it did the Groundhog's Day or 3 days cycle, where the world's about to end because the moon's going to crash into it, and everyone's still like just living their life like normal, pretending it's not happening. It's very depressing, like Evan said.
Oh, cool.
A lot of people die. You consume them in the form of a mask, and then you say goodbye to their families for them. It's great.
Oh,
He's not kidding. Radic is not
it's actually crazy.
Dude,
it's so
I was not familiar
well
with
done.
your game, Zelda.
You have to go play it. Play
you like
Ocarina of
embody
Time
these
first.
dead people.
You get to watch like someone's dad cry at the grave of their kid. It's fantastic.
Damn. Okay. All right, Nintendo. I see you.
Yeah. It's Majora's Mask is very good though. But Ocarina of Time, I'm telling you, Radic, see what you think.
Yeah, I will play it on 3DS because I want the 3D effect. I'm a 3D effect defender, so
okay.
Not to say it's a great story, but Xenoblade has way more death and heartbreak. I just want to point that out. This Xenoblade 1
I don't know about this. There's some
Xenoblade 1 in particular. Xenoblade 1, like the
Mechons
come and just like kill everybody.
Yeah, but that's just killing people. Watching a dad weep at their dead kid's grave is just like, all right.
Yeah, man. No,
I won't spoil it for people like Xenoblade 3 and Future Redeemed and stuff that happens, but there's some. I'll leave it at that. But yes, Ocarina of Time, or sorry, no, Majora's Mask is crazy. Some of the stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, for an E-rated game, it is.
That's
Xenoblade's at least teen-rated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's talk about Xbox. Big shakeup happening here. This happened all on a big Friday news dump. Phil Spencer is retiring, effective Monday, by the way. So back to work Monday, and Phil's gone. It's that fast. It's not a situation of I'll stay on until I'm still going to be in my role for 3 months and then I'll leave. He said he's going to still hang out in like an advisory role to help the smooth transition, they said. But for the most part, he's out. He's gone. And so is Sarah Bond, which is interesting. That I did not expect that, because the whole time it seemed like Sarah Bond was shadowing Phil Spencer to all these events and doing a lot of work, even going on some very uncomfortable interviews that they had, like when they shut down Tango Gameworks. I think she was the one we saw first at an interview, and she had to sit there and get berated basically with questions. And no one else, just her, and she's out. Matt Booty got he got a promotion. Which was
sorry, I'm immature.
Every time
you do the same thing too.
Dude, anytime his name pops up on Twitter, there's always a viral quote tweet about his last name is what? Yeah,
and
I feel
now. So Matt Booty has been promoted, and Asha Sharma is named EVP and CEO of Microsoft Gaming, coming over from Microsoft's core AI department. So. Awesome. Yeah, the last couple of years she was working with AI, and before that she worked for Instacart and Meta, and now she's all the way over here with Xbox. So it does seem that she's trying to become familiar with Xbox, as she said herself in her statement. And it was interesting because she said one of her big focuses is the return of Xbox, which sounds like an admittance that Xbox is gone and needs to return. So there you go. First steps admittance.
If you look at the regime change, like, this is crazy. Like,
this
doesn't usually happen, because if it was more of like a organic, obviously I don't know anything. I'm just like, oh my God, holy shit. Like when I opened up X, but yeah, this is crazy, because usually if there was like a planned step down, like, they would announce like, oh, it's going to happen in a few months. We're making a transition, usually having the nice little fun song and dance of how we're changing hands and it's for a brighter future, blah, blah, blah. But this was just like, okay, yeah, he's gone. Meet this person. Hi. It was crazy. So like, I'm kind of curious, because I saw that like some people were posting that like Sarah was, posting as per usual, like I think on LinkedIn or something like that.
3 hours before.
Yep.
And then, suddenly she resigned too. And I'm curious if like she did it in solidarity, like what was going on behind the scenes. Was it an ousting? Was it in a weird way? I don't know, man. I'm just really curious how this is going to go. It does, and them having that narrative of like, we're bringing back Xbox. Wow, it's going to be even greater or whatever. That's just really interesting to me, because yeah, it does admit fault, which is not usually something that peaceful changes of power usually have.
Yeah, you're right. She kind of like, we got him out of here. We got this.
Yeah, like I was looking at her.
About this though, Celia?
What
that she chat GPT'd the whole statement.
we got to be serious about this. Like, this is a puppet CEO.
Yes.
I think it's quite clear, right? I thought you were building up to that, right, Celia?
No, I'm not a puppet CEO, but I'm very confused what the positioning is of like what her deal is. Because okay, so what I'm saying is like I looked at her career, because I'm like, okay, like how did she get here? Like, because usually I know I use LinkedIn and I'm always curious, like, oh, you're in this position now? Wow, that's crazy. Like, how did you get there? What's up? And like with her career, like she did start in marketing at Microsoft like in 2011. But then like she made a jump to like a startup, and then she got like CEO really quickly, which in startups you can do that. So I totally get, smaller company, higher title, that happens. But just kind of like seeing like what she's done in her career, she does, I guess, have a lot of like, she's attributed to like helping companies gain more profits. Like in general, that's kind of like it was outlined of what she's done in her resume. So bringing back Xbox, what does that mean? If you're looking historically at what she's done, is it going to be consumer friendly? And that's where my concern is. And in addition to that, when you're looking at corporations and how like leaning into AI, like Copilot has been, I don't know if you guys, what you feel about that, but I hate Copilot.
I enjoy right-clicking on files in Windows and having to wait to see the thing appear.
It's so annoying. Anyways, like no one wants it. I don't want it. So I'm really hesitant to see what that means for what Xbox is, and if they're going to be flooding Xbox with, gaming space with AI, because, if you're incorporating everything, is it going to be like, is she not going to be a buffer between Microsoft and Xbox now? Like, is that going to all blend together now? I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I want to be optimistic, but I am nervous of how this is going.
She did say, as monetization AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop, which, by the way, Satya Nadella said, please stop calling it AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. That was part of her statement.
It's like the most beautiful smoke bomb thrown out in front of people to be like, now you won't know what's happening.
Yeah, but like the thing is, though, as a company say a lot of things. Like I don't know. I want to see what, I hope maybe like to have more, I guess, consumer and developer, like, to calm our nerves, like, sharing what their plan is for the next like 8 years or something, like of a roadmap of, how you're going to bring back Xbox in a non-AI slop way. That would make me happy. Because I like Xbox, and like, I have a Series X and I love playing games, and, I want to see, the console succeed. So if this is a change and it is something that, is going in a positive direction, I would like, more assurance than I promise we're not going to do that. Don't look now. Okay, bye. Kind of situation.
I just don't listen. This lady, I'm pretty sure she's very good at what she's done before, but it's hard to just go straight from where she was all of a sudden to CEO and leapfrog multiple people that were there before her. Like leapfrog Sarah Bond.
I think that's why Sarah Bond left.
Yeah, leapfrog Booty, like leapfrog all these people. Now all of a sudden, now she's CEO, and she just happens to be AI from the AI course. I mean, like that's not a coincidence. That's intentional. So I know she's not like soulless AI slot, but it's just hard for me to, for her to like, for me to think like, wait a minute, she gets to just leapfrog everybody else, and what about?
Yeah,
what about Booty? And what about
but tomorrow? If it's announced that all the people from Bluepoint are getting hired at Xbox and they're starting a company called Greenpoint, I mean, come on.
Hey, there it is.
Holy shit!
This is a fair criticism.
It doesn't smell right. It doesn't smell right to me at all with this one. So.
Yeah, people. I mean, people are gonna be skeptical immediately of this new person who shows up because people are already looking at her gamer tag.
Oh my, really?
Yeah. I mean, it got out there, I guess, and she started this year. She did share.
Yeah, she shared it, but it was like, it was just like a month ago. All of a sudden, all these games are populating.
Earlier this year. Homework. So in January, she started to play a bunch of games to go through them and start seeing. In her own statement, she says, "My first job is simple: understand what makes this work and protect it."
Well, she's looking at recent stuff. That's not going to help.
Well, I mean, people are saying stuff to her on X, and either her or some of her interns are responding to people. PR's responding random things.
She probably has a team.
So I'm a little confused. Yeah, she definitely has, because she brought the blade system. I'm like, hold on a minute. If you're understanding what
intern cooked with that one, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think she knows what the blade system is really. Let somebody explain it to her. Is like, this is a good thing to put out there. But
she's pretty young too, right? I think she's like 30 or something.
No,
36. Okay,
she's only 36.
Yeah, she's young.
That's pretty young.
Her specialty seems to be user acquisition is what like her profile has mostly been about, and that's what Xbox needs badly, is to be able to get more people on board with their system and their marketplace. So you know what, I will say this: first thing you got to do, because everyone's skeptical, man, you got to make a big move. You got to do something. And I think we're kicking this around, right, Sean? We were talking about this, being MVG. We were talking about a few things with this, and I was like, you know what? It's time to restructure Game Pass. And
how?
I was getting to the point where
free
we were like,
Xbox Online.
you might want to. It might be time to kill Game Pass.
Yep.
Kill it outright.
We were getting like, how do you make a big statement? I mean, that's one of them. You restructure it to where it's right now it's too expensive for the vast mainstream to look at and go, yes, $30 a month. And there are many that look at it and go, there's just too many games anyway to go into. I don't have the time. $360 a year is $5 $70 games per year that you could just buy anyway and not have that. So I think a restructuring would make more sense and line it up like how Sony has it, where the day one games don't go in, but you have a library for what's extra right now, Radic? Is it like 130 or 140 a month or a year? Sorry.
I believe so, because I have premium right now, and that's
like 170. Yeah, like 170.
Premium's like 170
highest.
or 180. Yeah, but like extra 80, is like 120 or something like that.
Yeah, like 80, like 120 and like 170, or 80, 130 and 170, something like that.
And her opening statement already takes shots at the former regime, so she could just be like, due to the short-sightedness of my predecessors in this Game Pass, go on that way. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
I mean, I guess if you kill Game Pass, right, you got to look at it like, are we going to get enough people to actually, buy the games? Like, is it worth doing that? Because now, like, they've been doing Game Pass for how many years now? Like, since 2018 or 2019? Like, yeah, it's been a staple. So
yeah,
is it worth that? Will enough people buy games? Will you lose? Like that? That's a huge risk. But
that's what I have to ensure because Game Pass. I mean, think about it now. Does anyone recommend Game Pass to people at the top tier? Does anyone go around like, yo, $30 a month, you got to get this?
I tell people if you only play on Xbox and you dedicate all your time to Xbox, then yes. If you buy games on PlayStation or Nintendo, I say no, because you're not gonna, as an adult, you're not going to have the time to play Nintendo, PlayStation, and dedicate all the value that Xbox does give you. So I only recommend it if you're just going to go with Xbox. If that's going to be your thing, I just say, yeah, like, just do that.
Yeah. So I think the idea would be restructuring, not absolute like killing it off, but make it so it goes to a value of that $10 per month where everyone was recommending it, but not hey, every brand new game goes into it. We're going to do more of what Extra does, where we'll make deals even with smaller indies and third parties and get those day one. But for the most part, it'll be a library that we build out every month. You get some new stuff. And you know what? They could even do things where they go, hey, we might pull original Xbox games and drop them into things like just like nostalgia stuff.
Thing is, John, if they do kill Game Pass, that does make me worried about studios like Double Fine and Compulsion, because I feel like they bought those studios to add their like smaller scale titles to Game Pass, add more value to that service. And if that service is gone, and this new CEO is like, all right, what are our most profitable studios? Which ones aren't making us money? Which ones are we losing money on? And unfortunately, as I love Double Fine, but like I don't think Keeper and this Kiln game are going to move the needle in terms of sales. And I am worried that like I could see a headline in 2027 where it's like, oh yeah, we shut down Compulsion or we shut down Double Fine.
Oh, you think they'll last till 2027?
I'm trying to be optimistic here, brother.
I think, but I still think if you have a Game Pass tier of some kind that's even $10 per month, so 120 a year, you could still throw some of those experimental games in there, much like Sony will do that at times with Extra. But instead of having to partner with the indie, you kind of have the smaller studio within the company to then just move the game in there. But there are ways to still build it. But I think when they really went to every game is going in here, including Call of Duty, and then they saw that Call of Duty did not move the needle for Game Pass at all. What else is there to do? Once I think that was the big thing. Once they saw Call of Duty didn't move Game Pass subscriptions in a meaningful way, they went, oh, well, time to raise the price because we're not getting more people on board. We got to charge the people who are already here. And now I think it's just out of reach for most people looking around at saving money, but also it's like, look, I can subscribe or I can just play Fortnite. I'm just going to play Fortnite. So that's unfortunate. For them.
It all comes back to Fortnite and Roblox. Screw both of those.
Yeah,
but it comes back to those two games.
But here's the thing: when you have a number of consoles out there, like Sony does right now, where they're coming up on 100 million, when they then turn around and say half of the revenue for our marketplace are these free-to-play games and
10 games,
microtransactions, because we just have so many users here, it all makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, just getting the number of consoles out there means we're getting significant margins for honestly not having to produce games. You just get money.
Take the 30%, right, of every. Yeah. of
microtransaction.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to have the third-party games and to have all that. It's good to have all it. So, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know, man. It's killing Game Pass. Just seems.
I think they got to rethink it. It's it's done damage to their ecosystem at this point, and they got to figure it out.
If they kill it, they have to rebuild their whole ecosystem to begin with the consumer habits. Because if they
got to get people to buy games, right? They got to get people to like actually buy games again, which is going to be tough.
But like in general, user acquisition for the console is very expensive. So I don't know what they would do, like unless they slowly wean off Game Pass and like, I don't know, subsidize buying games on the console. Like it's cheaper to buy it on Xbox, or like there's an incentive for developers to have a higher day one sale or something. I'm just curious how they would get consumers who, are used to paying $30, let's say $30 a month to get all the day one games and all that, to justify paying $80, eventually $100 for like certain titles for day one. I'm very curious what their strategy will be.
They got to come up with some must-have games, I guess, and come up with them quick.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
This lady was given a grenade with a pin already removed. Sarah Bond left because she got passed over. They brought in this chick because she's coming from the world of AI. Anyone who is looking at the situation can see that it's not her, by the way, but her Twitter account is perpetuating the same parasocial relationship, following these same people that, want to be at all the events and stuff like that, and talking with them. Oh, heard that and stuff.
John,
yeah.
She was tweeting at everyone. Okay, I know that you're on this train of like you're building this, but she was tweeting at like everyone, like
I'm talking
on
about
all sides of the platform.
Following people.
No, she's like I know her team I think is interacting with everyone. Like it's kind of crazy. So
her team is one computer sitting under her desk.
Yeah, it's probably a fucking AI. The whole thing is probably
that would be crazy.
No, but like Sean, you can't say that she's pandering to one thing when she's pandering to all of them. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm correcting your fanfic. Continue.
First off, it was not a fan fiction. Second off, I never said the word pandering. I said that she was doing the same similar things, building parasocial relationships with the same content creators that have been with Xbox from the beginning, the ones that are at these events. That's obviously not a good idea in business to be commingling with these people, because we could go back to the toxic positivity that killed Highguard and clearly see that that's not a good idea. I feel bad for this woman, but I think this woman is being put in charge by Satya Nadella to be Satya Nadella without being Satya Nadella. And that's why Phil is leaving on Monday. That's why Sarah Bond left. There is no world where they can just be like, oh, well, we're not going to put our games on other platforms anymore. Like people are feeding into, because she said, heard that.
Oh, for exclusives, yeah.
Yeah, there's no world where you just get rid of Game Pass and expect people are not buying the console now that you've raised the price twice. They're not buying the console now with Game Pass. What the fuck would make somebody buy the console now by getting rid of Game Pass?
Well, hold on. Let's get rid of Game Pass and then make the console $1,000.
And then drop the game prices to $60.
And then... No, because we already know they want to go up to 80. We saw that. They were supposed to go up to 80 last year, but then they walked it back. Outer Worlds 2 was supposed to be the first game, followed up by Call of Duty. You are in too deep now. We have gone in too deep, and there is no easy solution. You already have the groundwork is already laid. The groundwork is Game Pass, put our games everywhere, get this new Steam Box console out. You can't just scrap all of that and expect something to work. You've tried to be as consumer friendly as possible, and it did not work. So now to walk all of that back, why would the average consumer? I mean, yeah, sure, the people who still do Xbox podcasts are gonna whoop, wallop, and cheer and be like, "This is the move." This was the move to do 5 to 10 years ago when things weren't working, but you stuck with it. You said, "This is what we need to do. We need to buy Activision Blizzard. We need to buy Bethesda." And Xbox people thought, "Oh, well, that means these games are going to be exclusive to our platform. And anyone taking anything that any one of these people is saying at face value is absolutely ridiculous. There are NDAs for people that have left. Obviously, they're wanting to get retirement packages and pension packages for leaving. This is all it's all a charade. It's all performative circus. And it's ridiculous how many people are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I don't know why people are just feeding into this. At that logic, remember, it's only 4 games, guys. It's only 4 games. You know, like, come on, man.
What he meant to say was 40. There was a 0 like after.
I mean,
he had a hiccup. He hiccuped.
Yeah,
when
After
he said
it was 40. You didn't see the 0, bro. You can't blame you put on your glasses, Sean. Damn.
I will say I do see people mention that concerning that she isn't necessarily a gamer who's running things, and that's come up quite a bit. I gotta wonder though, maybe right now after what we've seen when the gamers are running it, maybe it's not a bad idea for someone who isn't a gamer to run.
It's going to be Nutella. It's Nutella's running it. Yes, Nutella. Yes,
I have a question.
He's the one who's running it.
The food.
Yes, Nutella.
Jumping in, I have a question. Did because I don't remember because I wasn't as active on the internet when Reggie became president. Did people bitch as much that he came from Pizza Hut?
Well, he showed up on stage and had a good presentation, and people were like, "Oh, okay, we're with him."
Like, did people give shit in the beginning? He doesn't play game. I'm just curious.
You have to look at that's 2003 when that happened. I believe
2003. Yeah,
we showed up with the DS for the first time, right?
When the internet was young and happy.
The internet.
I'm just curious.
We weren't as all connected. A lot of people didn't understand things. But even taking that into the equation, that's Nintendo of America. During that time, who was running Nintendo of Japan? It was Iwata, who I'm a gamer first and a businessman second. So like, you know, it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison. But I'm sure he didn't get shit for it. As far as the question of, does somebody need to be a gamer or something like that? I think it helps maybe a little bit sometimes. You know, it's tough to say, but regardless if they're a gamer or not, they are literally walking into a minefield of issues and problems, and there's no easy solution to any of these.
Yeah,
Correct.
well, Reggie, the thing about Reggie, what made it awesome was because Reggie came out, he said, I'm going to kick ass and take names. We're about making games like his. He got somebody, they wrote that for him. It was
he didn't make that up himself.
Yeah, but we didn't know that back then. And it just sounded badass. And it was at E3, or it was at like a presentation, right?
It was E3.
Yeah, it was E3, and there was games, and there was all sorts of stuff. And I think he even said that he played like, you know, he was old school dude. He was like, what is he like? At the time, he was like 40 something when he got the job there or whatever. And he said he played old school Nintendo games and all that. But yeah, it was the presence and the games that he had and what he said that kind of made it right away, you know, where people kind of gravitated towards him.
And I'm just like pressing questions because I'm feeling cautious myself about this. Like, I'm not in any way like defending her or, you know, I don't know, lecture you guys on this. I'm just curious because like, so if they had a presentation rather than it being leaked like or done in a Bloomberg article or something of the sort, do you think that it was just the presentation that's having us freak out more? Like, if she came out and she, like, I don't know, did something that wasn't cringe of like, I'm here to, you know, I know. I was like trying to imagine what that would look like in 2026.
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit, it's different because one, like, Nintendo wasn't doing well, right, in there, and they needed a shakeup, and that's what happened. Microsoft had people there beforehand. Reggie didn't leapfrog anybody. He was there, and then he was promoted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got there, and then he was promoted to Nintendo of America, like the top. But he was a little bit lower beforehand, and then he was promoted. So it's a bit different. This lady went from 0 to top at fast, very fast. You know, so, and like I said, she's only 36. So, like, I'm not saying that she doesn't have the experience to work there and like to be good. It's just, you know, with Reggie's situation, it was a bit different because, like I said, he was building up, you know, to work there, and you know, he was pretty, and he was older, and like I said, the kicking ass thing. Like I said, she could be a good CEO. I don't know. I just don't know what she's going to be able to do that Phil Spencer, you know, and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty.
Right.
These people couldn't do. That's the only thing that I'm kind of like. Phil Spencer been there for what, 38 years?
Yeah, he's been there a long time.
So if he couldn't steer them into a way for Sarah Bond or for Booty or someone to kind of take that next, like, I don't understand how somebody that ain't been there for 38 years is going to come in and all of a sudden kick ass and take names and change everything and make all these exclusives. Like, I don't know how that gets done. Like, and I'm not sure if that's even what she's there to really do. You know, I don't know. That's why I'm just a little skeptical, because they had people there in place. They had Sarah Bond, they had Booty, they have Phil. I mean, Phil doesn't look like he's wanted to retire. I mean, I know he said he's retired, but I don't think he.
You know what's funny, OJ? You know what's
No.
interesting? So the story, because he put it out there, was he last fall is when he approached Satya Nadella about it. As like,
Yeah.
I want to think about retiring. Last fall, Halo got announced for the PlayStation 5, and I looked at that. I said, I wonder if that's correlated in any way, because he did have that famous quote of "We lose Halo, our way with Halo, that we've lost our way," or whatever.
Maybe
kinda
they weren't
interesting.
going in the direction that he wanted, right? That Phil.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I think
like
that's what
he
it was.
does. So that's the reason why I think that the fact that everyone got leapfrog is because they need somebody that has a clean mindset, not tied to what they were doing before. Which is, like I said, I hope it works out for him. I'm wishing the best for the young lady, honestly. Like, being 36 and being able to be in this position, that's awesome. That's like a dream come true for a lot of business career people. You know, back when I worked in the world, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a CEO at some point. Fell way short of it, so I'm happy for her, and I hope it works out. You know,
You became the CEO of Player Essence.
that's true. But I met my corporate. I was a corporate guy before I started doing this. I was a company guy.
Question for the panel, since I never owned an Xbox, so like I'm very ignorant about the whole brand.
Mhm.
I just want to ask you guys, because Phil was in the position since 2014, right?
In his current position, yeah, it was like midway
Head
through
of
the Xbox One,
Yeah.
because they basically came off Don Matrick and he took over. And I will give him credit. His first real big move apparently was convincing Satya Nadella to buy Mojang at the time, and they bought Mojang with Minecraft for $2.5 billion. That was a really good buy.
Yeah.
It was a very good pickup.
So I want to ask you guys, like, throughout his whole tenure, like, how do you feel about the Phil Spencer era? Because did he do a good job, great job, bad job?
I think he came in a position that was really bad. Like, it was really on his back foot day one because of what happened with the Xbox One reveal and Don Matrick, and it was ugly. And I think for the most part, he did well with certain acquisitions and certain moves and certain green lights, but then he slipped up bad a few times. And I feel like he had the right ideas, but it never came together, as we saw with the Xbox. And the biggest thing that they messed up on was taking the emphasis off the console. And that cost them, because it's just everything starts with the console, including Game Pass subscriptions. I feel like if the Xbox, we'll say Series right now, had the same number of systems sold as the PlayStation 5, I have a strong feeling Game Pass would probably double what it is now in terms of subscribers, just by way of there's so many Xboxes out there.
Gotcha.
But I think that was relying on subscription services, power of the cloud, everything but the console is really what hurt them. And maybe that's what they needed to do to try to convince Microsoft to stick with the console, because there were serious conversations back in like 2014 of actually shutting down the Xbox brand.
Yeah. So that's why I got to give Phil at least a C+ minimum, you know, like, because I don't think Xbox exists if it's not for Phil Spencer.
That's true.
And
That is true.
that's not his fault that Xbox got to where it got. Like, it's really Don Matrick's fault. And, you know, and people, so it's really more of their fault. Phil was trying to save it, and I think he needed a grandiose, big Nutella idea to fix it. Something that will satiate Nutella. And maybe that was the thing was Game Pass. You know, that's what's going to save the brand. So he might have not had a choice, but like you said, he did slip up, you know, because it wasn't like it was complete, like, oh, we have to make everything multi-platform from the very beginning. They could have structured Game Pass in a way that feels like the PS Plus, right? They could have done it that way.
Yes,
and you know, they chose not to do it that way. And they chose to make it dirt cheap to the point where you're just at one point just giving away your games. You got guys working on games for 3, 4, 5 years, and they're looking like, well, what's going on? Are we gonna get paid? Like, are we getting paid for this? And then all of a sudden, you look at stuff like Hi-Fi Rush. We didn't sell enough copies, but remember, it checked every single box. Remember? No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It didn't check.
Oh, that was like the Aaron Greenberg quote, right?
Yeah, it checked every. No, it didn't. Stop with the cap. It didn't sell enough because people are fluxing between Game Pass and buying it or not. There's a limbo. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a limbo. There's not enough systems out. So it's like that was the problem. It was going to end up eating itself at some point. It was going to end up not working.
I think Game Pass got a little too big, and I think the Activision Blizzard thing not doing. I think that's really for me when Nadella stepped in. Like not necessarily the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, but we know the metrics they expected to hit for Game Pass when Call of Duty hit Game Pass. 50 million like the first year, 100 million after a couple years, and it never came anywhere close to that. I think that's when Nutella really got involved.
You called him Nutella.
Nutella is his name. Oh, Nadella. Fuck you. I hate you.
You put Nutella on bread.
Nadella. But I think that's when he got involved with it because you have to remember at the end of the day, Microsoft doesn't really need Xbox. Like they're, especially with their financials and stuff like that, like they have way bigger divisions with it. And when you're making these, what was $70 billion acquisitions, and it's didn't do anything to push the bottom line of the big thing that you were trying to promote. Like at some point in time, like you have to realize maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe that wasn't the move to make.
I'll give you an example of one of the slip ups. Okay. We didn't find out about this until like 2022 or something. And it happened 5 months after Phil Spencer took over. So in that time period where you're like, okay, we got to make somewhat of a big move to try to right the ship. At that time, Marvel was shopping around Spider-Man. It's like, who wants to make a Spider-Man game?
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Microsoft turned it down and Sony took it. And then Sony got Insomniac, and there you go.
You want to know another big slip up? He could have had Genshin Impact. And they turned Genshin Impact down too.
That's wild.
Man.
Yeah, they did turn down Genshin Impact. They could have had it and they turned it down.
It's the hindsight thing, but they also again they bought Mojang, Minecraft. That was good. And the word is they passed on Bungie because they thought they were overvalued.
That was also good.
Yeah, I was gonna say so.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
It kind of comes down to that, yeah. But at the end of the day,
the losses have been piling up lately. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It has.
When have you seen an acquisition that was as successful as Mojang or something like that? Like, it's a very "what have you done for me lately" sort of world and industry.
Do you think there's a reality?
Ninja Theory, like one game, and like how long did they have them? Like one game or something, right?
Yeah. What were you saying, Rack?
I was going to ask the panel, is there a reality in like 5 years, maybe even 10 years, where Microsoft just drops the Xbox name as a brand and replaces it with like Microsoft Gaming or Copilot Gaming?
Yes.
Something like
Windows Gaming, I think is what.
Oh gosh, Windows Gaming. No, not that.
Yeah, it's already existed. It already sucks.
I think the 5 is closer than the 10 is. Like,
really?
Sure. Yeah.
Man.
I hate that.
Microsoft Gaming.
I'm still bitter that like when Facebook bought Oculus, they changed the name to like,
to MetaQuest.
Yeah.
MetaQuest,
Meta. Yeah. Sorry, when Meta bought it. Yeah. I'm still bitter about that because Oculus was a cool name.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be a real shame to get rid of the Xbox branding.
And Microsoft still sounds so business oriented.
It does. Yeah. Xbox is cool. That's a cool name.
Yeah. It is. It is a cool name.
They'll switch it to Copilot box. It's like, okay, guys.
Oh, fuck.
Copilot.
Again, I coming back to that. Does the person running the show at the top need to play games? Strauss Zelnick was asked. This is during the GTA 6 stuff. Is if he plays games or if he interacts with GTA 6, and he said, "I am not a gamer. I do not play video games at all."
Yeah. Typical looks max.
That was it.
Behavior.
That was it.
Oh
Andrew Wilson, same thing. Now they have a better track record because he oversees Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think it's necessarily required since he says his job is to attract talent and manage talent. That's it. Find the right people and put them in place.
Because it's also a witch game. I mean, you can put someone that plays thousands of hours of Angry Birds in position. You're just what's that helping?
And Asha Sharma promoted Matt Booty, so we're off and running.
AI, mind you.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But
She's
there
a
you
member
go.
of the board of Home Depot.
Who did she
too, I
promote?
think.
Again?
Matt Booty.
Booty. Sorry.
Booty. It's booty, son.
Let me.
I know that you said Matt Booty the first time. I just want to put that out there.
Let's go over some of the super chats here. Cody Bishop says, "Happy 40th Zelda anniversary. Nintendo forgot." Not that they forgot. They just don't care to put a message out for it.
I thought they were gonna like.
Anyone check that app to see if they dropped on their app?
Oh, I could check.
Maybe.
I'm on my phone right now. Hold on.
Theory
Let's
about
see.
this. Maybe they dropped the trailer for the movie as like the 40th anniversary.
No,
No,
they gotta
maybe
get.
that's
They gotta
the
get
one
the.
that-
They're still celebrating Mario. We had the
Oh, yeah,
Mario
Yeah,
game
of course.
reveal this week, and we had the Mario movie. No, there is nothing on the app of Nintendo today for the 40th anniversary of Zelda.
Good.
Well,
Good, how dare you?
when did it release in the West? Maybe they'll have something planned for that because I think that was.
You know
after.
why they didn't do the anniversary announcement?
Nintendo rarely does anniversary like on the day. They rarely do that. So
Devin
doesn't surprise me.
Pritchard. She was
Oh
like,
my
"Fuck
gosh.
that! No, we're not doing Zelda."
I hate this game.
You starting a rumor, Sean, that she hates birthdays?
She hates everything.
DC Fat Cat says, "I'm here for the last episode of Direct Xbox. I almost called an emergency Direct Xbox for Nate with Nate, and
They
then
probably told you to fuck off.
he
You
just
gotta-
said no, no."
Well, Xbox era has you covered. Oh wait.
nope, it's called day one now.
man.
Shout outs to them. I like them.
Dr. Wolfstar says, Sean, we get some. Okay, we get some new hosts on here. OJ only sounds educated when he's censoring everyone on his channel, creating an echo chamber. We need some rotation on this show.
OJ,
OJ, what did you do to
I
Dr.
love
Here's the
your
thing.
haters.
OJ.
OJ, I
Damn,
love your
bro.
haters so
Dr.
much.
Wolfstar is a bitch. Let me just say that right
Yeah.
now. He is a liar and he's a complete bitch.
Oh,
He
no.
says that he's a stockbroker, and I said, prove that you're a stockbroker. And he
Dude, no
won't
one with a
prove it.
YouTube name that looks like that is
So,
at
that's
all
all I
anything
said to you,
important.
fam. I said, yo, Dr. Wolfstar, I said, stop being a bitch. I said, if you want to talk so much, come on camera. You want to talk all tough, come on camera. Or we can talk that way. You didn't want to. You want to hide behind your blank avatar, bro. That's
That
not my
person wears a
fault.
fursuit and goes to conventions.
Man
too much.
up and prove that you're a stockbroker, like you said, and I have no problem talking to you. Until then,
Dr.
shut
Dr.
the fuck
Wolfstar,
up.
I'll convene with people and see what I can do for you.
Oh my
I'm sorry
god.
you had this.
Until then, shut the fuck up and prove that you're a stockbroker, dude. What the
Are
hell?
we gonna sell tickets to OJ's fight with this guy? Like,
Oh man, that
Oh
would
my
be so
God, he
fire.
doesn't
I'll
want
Pay-per-view
that.
shit.
set that shit up.
Let's do it.
He
Just
does
shows up
not want
400
that.
pounds of muscle wearing a furry hat.
Yeah.
Punches you in the face.
Oh my
He
god.
does not want to fight. I'm sorry. I can't beat up little kids. I'm sorry. That's not good. That's child abuse. I can't do
Nash-
that.
Nash Weedle, this casual noob gamer says, Nash Weedle says, DCG vids took down Phil Spencer.
Dreamcast guy, yeah.
Who's good?
Just
He
warm
was-
down.
Warm down.
Yep, that's all it was.
It's like the ocean.
Toasty says, Bluepoint shut down. I want to see Ryan punch a wall next Click R3. Oh, you better tune in for Click
Oh,
R3
man.
next week. Oh, man, it's going to be good.
Required viewing
Text
right
him my
there.
condolences.
Watchtower says, Bean Bean Machine had a sick original soundtrack. That game was crazy. For what it was insane.
It was Puyo Puyo reskinned for the
Hey,
West.
whoa.
So that people would buy it. Be like,
Man.
fuck, nobody knows what this is. We gotta add Robotnik, not Eggman, you fucking weirdos. Robotnik.
Shout out to Bespoke, coming YouTube member. Johnny says Army of Two remake. Dude, I
I'm
haven't
sure
thought of
EA
Army
would
of
love
Two
that.
in forever, man. It's been a minute. I just
Bring
remember
back
ripping the
Kane and
door
Lynch.
off of a car and using it as a shield.
Kane and Lynch remake. That would go hang out. That would just go so hard.
Sean says amazing Nintendo Direct. RGT predicted it.
Hey, I told you. You know, it was great. I'm glad we got to talk about it. It's weird how nobody else fucking talked about it, but
Sorry.
Super Mario 4D.
Super Mario
It's clicking
4D,
in my head
baby.
right now.
I saw that thumbnail. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy.
we have fun over there.
Casual Noob Gamer says OJ has that many hours in Xenoblade Chronicles X and hasn't beaten it because he's struggling with it. RPG 85 is the true RPG king. All hail RPG 85.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We call that cat in my day.
DVD Night says great setup, Celia, like the old CRT with original Nintendo.
Thank you. I'm setting up my Sega Genesis today, so it'll have another one on top. It'll be fun.
Liam Warner says, do you think Gen 10 will be game key cards? Ooh.
I hope not.
Digital download only.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't even start with the generation debate. I want to stab every person that gets into these debates.
No, they're talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, Gen 10's
Pokemon Gen 10.
I want to say no. Like
I don't think it will be. I think the reason Pokopia is because it's a small ass game, and the Pokemon company's definitely struggling for money right now, so they needed to cut corners wherever they could in order to maximize profits. But no, I think there'll be large enough games to where they'll be able to justify putting it on a cartridge.
Agreed with Sean. I don't think that it will be a key card.
That's gonna be an interesting day on the internet. Those are game key cards
with a day one patch.
It would be really weird if they did. Like, I'd be really surprised.
I would be too. That'd be something. Tijo says, the thing that bothers me the most is that they chose the GBA remakes over the originals. I'd rather play Pokemon Yellow over the others. Yellow's my jam. Also, rip transfer pack functionality for N64 NSO. We're going to get to the FireRed and LeafGreen releases here in a minute.
But I feel that, though. I agree.
Jeffrey says, RGT, thoughts on DSP's Virtual Boy experience? Let me tell you something. I've scrolled X many times, and when that video came up, was actually flabbergasted by it because that is awesome. That is impressive. Like, I was like, this is incredible.
I do not understand how that man makes money. I don't get it. But he does.
Did you watch June? You got to watch June the King's documentary.
I'd rather stay in the dark and just pretend that there's fucking morons out there that just hand him money.
You enjoy the mystery more than anything else.
How he does is this: he essentially just begs his audience consistently throughout.
I know.
And just
all right, guys.
Just the whole stream. That's all he does.
You guys said that you wanted to see me play this game, but there's no support. We haven't gotten a kick in over an hour. We only have 2 subscribers over on YouTube. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some kicks going. Let's rally together so we can play this game again. You guys said that this is what you wanted to play, so let's play it.
Dude, everything I've heard about DSP has been against my will.
Celia, did you see the virtual boy video?
You gotta watch the virtual.
No, I don't know who this person is.
So this is so funny because it came up on everyone's talking about on X, which that's what I mean. I think he's got to do some of this stuff on purpose. This asked me because he realized when he got the virtual boy that there's no way to show anyone what he's seeing. So he put the camera on himself looking at the virtual boy, and then he's just narrating the whole thing.
For like an hour plus.
I mean, it's actually incredible. Like, I looked at that and I said that might be one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen from this guy.
No, you want to say something else, but you can't say it.
Oh my god. Cool, must watch.
John grew up in the same area as me. I know exactly what John wants to say.
Hey.
So he replaced it with entertaining.
He's like he's acoustic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's great being our age because it's like, man, all the stuff that you used to say, like, and you put up a mental wall where you can't say that anymore.
2002 was a different ball game.
Yeah.
Mac Mega says adjust the Virtual Boy screen by pressing X after holding R.
Yes, I'm aware, but it's still not right,
Rip CDMR says, I was excited to try Virtual Boy on NSO, but in Mexico, you can't buy the model or cardboard in retailer shops officially. I was trying to buy it overseas, but it's not even available to download on the eShop. Man. Nomad says, has anyone seen TFC narrate and complain while playing the Virtual Boy? Funniest thing I've seen in a while. RGT DSP impression, would you kindly?
Guys, I'm playing this Wario Land game. On the Virtual Boy, and everything is in red, but I can jump back and forth between the planes. Now, I'm having fun playing this, but you guys don't seem very interested in it. So we get some support going, get a big super chat going, maybe a kick. It show me that you want me to play this again because I'm doing this for you guys.
Jeffrey says, been playing Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time. I've played 2, so it's an interesting experience. I think we were talking to Josie last time, right? And she might actually start up Metal Gear.
I hope you're playing with the new HD patch, because that makes the game so much fucking better. Like I mean, I'm not gonna say it felt like playing it for the first time, but it definitely made it a lot more enjoyable to play.
TJ says 80 hours in, almost done with Trails Horizon. John, I'm telling you, even then, they still reference events from prior games. And did you see that interview Gung Ho did with Falcom President and Kondo? I did not. I did not see it. No. I'm in Neo 3 mode right now. But I'll get back to it. Casual Noob Gamer says RGT bought the expensive Virtual Boy headset because he was worried that the cardboard one he would have to put together like Labo. Best how-to video. I'm telling you, it's already assembled. It's already there. You don't have to do anything. You take it out of the box.
But it's $25.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm just saying it's that part is at least not an issue for you. You know, you're like it's already there. Demonic Brawler says $20 for FireRed or LeafGreen is fair price in my opinion. You know what? Let's.
I don't think that's what that means. Imp. It'd be IMO.
Oh, I thought that's what
penis.
I thought that's what I was trying to say. Is in my opinion.
Why did he say IMP?
In my opinion.
I think they hit P instead of O because it's right next. I think it's a typo.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
that
typo.
tracks. That tracks.
Everyone's talking about the Pokemon stuff as we go here. Here's Unusual says it sucks because Gen 3 Pokemon are in French and
FireRed and
FireRed LeafGreen, but you
I
could
was like,
only
wait, hold
get
on.
them through trading. Now they're basically unobtainable on the Switch version.
Well, you can trade with your friends like locally.
right.
You just got to have friends to do it with.
Not with your French friends.
That's not happening.
Johnny says I can't stop playing The Witcher 3. I'll be talking about this game forever.
Nice.
Damn, you must be bored. No, I'm joking.
No, Witcher 3 is fun.
I'm sorry.
I like
I'm joking.
it.
I'm just being silly.
Okay, maybe I'm a silly guy. Okay.
Extra says this whole Bluepoint thing is just a big ouch because even if they didn't work on a new game, they could have easily worked on another dormant Sony IP like Ape Escape or Killzone. Ape Escape's getting shut down immediately when they pitched that. I'm just telling you that now. Herman's like,
Dude.
what are you doing here in my office?
What if
Yeah,
they did like Jack and Daxter? That would have been so fun. Or like Sly
cool.
Cooper, or like I don't know, any other game.
Anything like
Yeah,
Herman
anything,
Hulse
literally
is getting-
anything.
yeah.
Herman Hulse is getting progressively more angry as they make these kind of pitches to him. It's I don't know.
Punches a wall.
Yeah. Darth says, do you think Holst is excited for Fair Games? I do.
Yeah. And for Loop.
That might be the Lord of the Rings for Sony. Okay, Conquer with Star Wars. This is-
Man,
I-
there's no way that game comes out, man. Like they cannot have another Concord because I hear Concord every fucking day on social media.
You do.
Every fucking day,
That game did some
Concord is
damage.
mentioned. And that's Sony's game. That's their fault. And if Fair Games comes out and it's another Concord, it's over for Herman.
Bro,
I think so.
now you know how Nintendo fans feel with the Wii U. You hear that shit? It's been 14 years, bro. People still bring up, well, they did this with the Wii U.
Kanai says, I wish Bluepoint was able to remake the Sly trilogy.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Demonic says, I want to hear Sarabon's story. She put out a statement, actually, and it was kind of a roundabout of it was time to move on. And I think it was mostly, I didn't get the promotion, so I'm not staying kind of thing.
Dude, I would be so fucking pissed. Like,
Salty
that sucks.
as hell.
That sucks so hard. Like, oh my
And
gosh.
I think that's a good point to Celia was talking about the criticisms that Asha Sharma has been getting. I don't think there would have been any sort of thing like that if it was Sarah Bond, because she's familiar with the brand and stuff like
She's
that.
been there.
Right.
No, 100%. No, I was just curious if people were complaining about, like, if we're rewinding the conversation to when I was asking, like, did anyone complain if, like, Reggie gamed? Because I was just curious, because I was, like, 10 when that happened. So, like, I was not on the internet. I was just excited about video games.
It's just a different time period. People just saw a big dude, 6'2", 6'3" dude that's talking about kicking ass, and I was like, yeah, he must be the badass gamer. You know, that's the
it's just with the conversation of, like, you know, if a CEO should play games.
0304.
I'm just curious.
It was the first time we saw the DS, because he put it up on E3, and it was like the weird two-tone DS.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay.
Dude, that was so cool.
So I would have been 4 when that happened.
Damn, I'm old.
Yeah, you are.
Sokar says Sony, like, we don't need to.
Oh my God.
I apologize for your age. Sony, like, we don't need to pay devs. Xbox is dead. Who will challenge us?
It's so sad.
I'm I'm just putting this up back up to reemphasize it. So.
Yeah, Jack was right. Jack was right.
RGT's cheeks, bad news. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, they got like a lab coat going on there too.
It's very nice. I like it.
Doctor cheeks.
Yes,
those Doctor cheeks.
Doctor cheeks. Sweden for Gaming says BP would still be around if they pitched Last of Us to remake. Thinking outside the box. I like it.
With the exclusive HBO skin, so you got Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey.
Actually, kind of wait.
David says it's Matt Booty in contact with RGT's cheeks.
I mean, no.
Holy shit.
Crosscheck says, "Yeah, is FireRed LeafGreen going to have online support or not?"
I think it's local, and you can do something with Pokemon Home. I don't know what Pokemon Home is, but that's why I've seen people talk about.
It's the cloud for Pokemon.
Lit.
Pickle Rick says, "If Legacy Kane Defiance sells well, you think we'll get
Blood Omen,
1 and 2."
Blood Omen is so different. It's
yeah,
so
Blood Omen
weirder.
1 especially is very different, but that game's fucking awesome. That
game
is fucking dope. Yeah, that's a game they should have like a proper not AAA, like single A, double A remake. I think that would be pretty sick.
I just don't think Defiance is going to hit as hard for people who haven't played the other ones.
No.
Bespoke says Shuhei was in charge when Horizon Hunter's Gathering was greenlit. Yeah, I think it's more the green light, yes, but I think it's at this point within Sony, it's more about passing the milestones and passing the reviews from Herman Holst right now and Yoshino. That's what it's down to. It's like you get the green light years ago, but if they go, nah, this isn't working, they just kill it. Okay, Johnny says it's Saturday, February 1st. Let's talk PlayStation. Well, kinda. Got McArmor, Zelda 40th. Johnny says PlayStation 5 is the only console I care about.
All right.
Demonic says AI means apathetic ignorance, right?
Depends how you use it.
Callan Shaw says, speaking of 3D Zelda, heard conflicting reports on if Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 works with the cardboard Virtual Boy, and yes, before upgrade pack, it's bad. After, it's okay-ish.
I've heard. I know it works with the headset. People told me to try it out, and I was like, no.
Is it cool though?
I mean, it wasn't really cool when it was implemented on the Switch 1, unless you hate like feeling normal and stuff like that. But it's all right, I guess.
Illustrious says, I can't wait for Phil to divulge all when the NDA expires. That'll be interesting. Or where does Phil go next? Because I think he's gonna turn up somewhere else. I think so.
I don't think it will be at a gaming company.
CEO of GameStop.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh man.
Doctor says it's so funny how hard they are trying to convince us that she is a gamer like Phil, showing us Xbox profile made a month ago. The PR right now, that the PR that's happening on her X account is interesting. I think they could have just taken the weekend and not activated an X account and started applying to everyone. They didn't have to do that. So
no.
We'll see. That Dan guy says reading all the statements makes me wonder if Xbox go back to exclusives, make change. I don't think they go back to exclusives. I don't think that's happening. No. I think that's another thing where the PR is just responding to a bunch of people with random phrases. So
yeah.
All right. And then Spoke says, watch Celia light up when you mentioned DDR RAM in a super chat is like witnessing a puppy play with a kitten for the first time. She likes DDR quite a bit.
I love DDR.
She plays it a lot.
I know I do. I have League.
Mecca Omar says, turn Game Pass into Family Pass at $30 and I'm in. Let's talk about Pokemon FireRed LeafGreen on the Switch. It randomly showed up on the eShop late at night. And then they decided
fault. She fucked it up. She hit the wrong button. She was drunk. She was trying to text Doug, see what he was doing. I'm like, yo, you up? And then she hit the button, and then that went live. And she's like, oh fuck.
It showed up on the eShop. Then like a couple hours later, they just announced it, trailer, press release, the whole thing. So a lot of people woke up to that being just a thing then. And it is LeafGreen. It's FireRed. There's no online connectivity. It's local play. There was home support originally on the page. I actually saw like when I was like, oh, here, that's random. The home support thing was there. They removed it. And so people are trying to figure out what the deal is there. They may add home support later, maybe, but they also might talk about it during the Pokemon event, which is happening on Friday. These games are $20 each, and they are not part of NSO with the Game Boy Advance application. This has been social media is going crazy over this, which is interesting for the $20 games, but people are going back and forth on this because if you look at it, it is indeed very, very much like emulating the game. Yes, so
it is. Well, no, it's not very much. It is. That's why there's the different regions and stuff like that for the language. I would put half of the money I have in my bank account, all $7, towards it being the same emulator that they use for the GBA.
Yeah, I'd be curious how they get home support worked into that. Like how they make that connectivity work.
What is Pokemon Home?
It's cloud storage for your Pokemon. Basically.
Yeah, it's so you can change between games. Like that's the big thing about it.
Okay.
You can take one Pokemon in like one game and then move it over to a different game and playing like the same Pokemon that you raised.
Okay. So is that like an application on my computer, on the Switch?
It's the cloud. It's all around you.
It's all around you.
It's in the room with you right now.
Whoa.
You can download it on your Switch. You can download it on your Switch. Yeah.
On your Switch, and yeah. So it's an application you can use there. I don't know if it's on. People in the chat can tell me who really into Pokemon Home if it's on like a phone application, all that as well. But it's the Pokemon community uses it constantly because it's a way to communicate for games that can't actually talk to each other necessarily, but the home is like this central point where all the games can send Pokemon, and then you then send them back out to games that support that Pokemon.
Okay. And the chat saying it's on mobile too. Okay.
It's on mobile. Yeah. Yep. So that's a way for people to do that, and this is very interesting to people with the Game Boy Advance side because that originally was there, and it seemed like people were really excited for it, and then that got taken away. But the way that I understand it, as I was looking into this and got some explanations from people who are in the Pokemon community, it's home support at times will come later on for these games, sometimes months later, and then they add support. So Celia probably knows more about that even with a lot of the home support stuff. I don't know. You seem like you're like the Pokemon person.
Like, okay, I am a Pokemon person, but I'm not like the
sexist,
Pokemon
John.
person.
Very sexist.
I know how to use Pokemon Home, John. I've used it.
Okay.
And racist towards OJ. You pick the woman, and then you shun the black man during Black History Month.
No,
Not
she
this
corrected
month,
it.
John,
She
not this
recognized
It's a
FireRed.
Black History
right
Month.
now.
None of the companies said anything this year.
Yeah, no one put the
Xbox did. They
little
were like,
symbols.
we're not giving Sarah Bond we're not giving her the job. So sorry.
Taking L's all over the place, man.
Man, holy shit. I do have thoughts and feelings about the new Pokemon. Not new, but like new old Pokemon re-releases. If we want to talk about that. Or are we?
I don't know if you're allowed to now. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, I know.
Sean's put us in the corner. I don't know.
I don't know.
Are we good, Sean?
Well, are we good, Sean?
That's fine.
Are we
Yeah,
good?
that's fine.
Can we continue?
If she allows it, if she consents to it.
Okay,
like
just
HR
making sure.
involved.
Get a rebound! Jesus! Sorry.
Sean, good to know you have my back. Okay, anyways, so I'm really conflicted about it being like, $20. Like, because in my head, I feel like it's like a $15 or like $10 like price point. That would be such an impulse buy. But I guess like with inflation, I guess $20 would make sense for something like this. I'm kind of on the fence myself if I'm going to buy it or not, because like I own the games physically, like legitimately, like I have them in this room right now. Like I can play it. And since it's like local, like my friends that I would play with also have the Game Boy Advance cartridges because back in the day, they were the same friends that I traded with the originals on, So I'm just kind of, I'm not sure how to feel about it if I will partake, but I do think it's cool that, newer generations can play the remakes of the originals. I really wish that they released the original, like release the ugly sprites. They were so fun. The original Game Boy Color cartridges were so enjoyable, and also I really like Pokemon Yellow, and it was a great game. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, but I understand why it's not included in NSO, even though I am bitter about that because it totally makes sense to include an NSO, and it's because like of save states and like cheating and all the things that. Will probably, they'll probably interrupt with like online competitive play if that was a thing. They put a lot of effort to try to prevent cheating in the mainline console games. So I'm curious what they're actually going to do with this game, possibly for like Pokemon Worlds coming up. Are they going to have like an OG tournament as well?
Oh, that's true. They could actually do that then.
Yeah. So like if they did do that, that would be really cool. And then I'd be less bitter about it not being on NSO. But we'll see. We'll find out. Those are my thoughts. I'm excited to play.
If they had home support tied in with it, then they absolutely wouldn't be able to put it on NSO outright because it would have all those features. Like Rewind, I think is what people are saying is that definitely saves. Rewind is one of the biggest things because being able to jump backwards from a wild encounter that didn't roll correctly for that shiny Pokemon or stats or whatever.
Would they not be able to turn that off for a specific game? Is it just forced?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a fair point. If they could turn that off.
Joe says you can't. Joe Merrick says that you can't do stuff like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of like with Celia with this. Like I played Pokemon. I have the original Red and Leaf. Like I have the Game Boy Advance and the cartridges, and I have all that stuff. So
those don't sync to home though.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't. That's true. It doesn't sync to home. And I do use Pokemon Home. Like I've brought over all my Pokemon that I played like on Diamond and Pearl. Like all of like my perfect IV, EV level trained like competitive Pokemon. They're all on my Pokemon Home thing. So yes, I do like that. And yeah, I mean, am I willing to? Like, I just don't know if I'm willing to redo everything like and play the game like that. You know. We'll see if there's the Pokemon Home support, but I don't know. Yeah, like 20, I get it. It's a bit much for this type of game, but I think for some people, you know, they're gonna buy it regardless. It doesn't matter what anybody else. If you want to get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And that's really kind of the end of it.
They're already the top games on the eShop charts right now.
Yeah.
These people are buying it, but
of course. I mean, people are gonna buy it.
Are like getting to check out like some of the OG, like it's remakes of the OG. I think that's cool though.
McDonald's sells more hamburgers than your local joint. I mean, it's good though.
I think regular people are just going to see this pop up on the eShop. They're going to be like, "Oh, $20? Yeah, that's fine." That's really, I think
that's all it takes, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they should have.
$20 is a good price point.
They should have done both. Should have had it on NSO. I mean, because it's really weird if you think about it, because they want to drive up NSO's, sales and stuff like that. And I mean, what better way to do it than that? But I think the biggest thing to me that I just find hilarious with this is, I guess, because I've seen a lot of people say, well, I own it, it's not attached to NSO, so I guess digital ownership is fine now. So everyone's gonna buy their games digitally with no problem. When there's no physical release, they're gonna buy game key cards because you own it, right? You own the game.
They did it. Digitally. Nintendo closed the gap.
I think there's.
That's like they're going to buy Pokopia.
The game key card one. Yeah.
Pokopia.
I think
it's.
I like Pokopia.
It's like Fruitopia.
That's a beverage.
It's Pokopia. I don't know why you keep saying that. This is not a Nadella situation.
How do you spell it? P-O. Oh my God! Hit that! Oh, get the rebound, please, please! Jesus, why do you hate me?
You really should just stream whenever there's a game on. Don't even show yourself on camera,
dude. I make up like swear words and stuff. Like it's horrible.
Stream on Kick, right next to your hero.
Wait, who's my hero? Oh,
DSP. That's a collaboration stream I've ever heard.
Get some more.
He can narrate his virtual voice.
The Knicks are down. I need some kick support.
It's just I don't know. It's
for my Knicks, please. Kick.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
It's pretty good.
It's just weird to me because all these people bitched about digital game, but it's Pokemon. Oh yeah, they bitch about game key. I hate game key cards. Ooh, Final Fantasy 7. I can play as Cloud. Look at me. This is the best game ever. It's
Sean, we've talked about this for years. Everyone has their line they're willing to cross.
Yes, exactly.
Once it hits, they're good. They're in.
All right, we were down by like 15 in the third quarter. It is a 2-point game with 3 minutes to go. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself.
Okay.
We're done.
Sean, I was about to ask Sean a question. Oh well.
Ask.
Okay, so you had mentioned physical cards. Okay, so if they had released Pokemon Leaf Green and FireRed physically, the cost couldn't be $20. So do you think there would be a bigger uproar of it would be like a $70 game for re-releasing these?
No, I think if they did it for like $40,
you don't think like 50 with a slip cover and some kind of little extra with it?
Yeah, they put like a foil card in there.
But I feel like it's Pokemon. They're gonna do full retail.
They're gonna call the shot, huh?
Yeah, like I don't know.
What are you gonna do about it?
Well,
maybe I feel like they would
bundle
do
them
that.
together. If you bundle it together,
Yeah.
If you bundle it together, you price it like a Switch 1 game at $60, and you do some fucking
You put a booster
fancy
card pack in there.
cover or booster in there. I think people would have been like, okay, great. Now I own them.
People would have complained if that people would have complained.
Yeah,
But do you
people
think
are
it
gonna
would have been a
complain about
bigger
anything.
uproar? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
Yeah, people are going to
Yeah, I
complain
think so.
about everything. That's why I said at the end of the day, just buy it or not, because people are
Yeah,
always
no, 100%.
no matter what, you know.
But like,
It's-
what would it even matter about? You know?
Well, I will say those would sell out because of the Pokemon fan base. The thing I've realized with Pokemon fan base,
It's a cult.
they will spend some money, and that is a very expensive category is Pokemon.
They'll take out some loans.
$20 is like nothing, dude. The amount of money that gets spent on cards and merchandise.
The Pokemon, they'll hit up their friends and be like, yo, I need thousands of dollars to buy something. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's what are you laughing at?
We used to watch people roll into the store and they'd buy 4 or 5 copies of Pokemon, the new one, and then just leave with it like $200. No problem, we're out. That was it. They just wanted multiple copies to their family or friends.
A lot of people only a lot of
eBay.
Pokemon fans who only like really play Pokemon. Like some of them like don't play many other games. Like this is their jam. This is their thing. It's like
It's
really
the
Pokemon.
Madden of the Nintendo
Yeah.
system.
I was
That's
about
all.
to say, like, it's the Call of Duty of like.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
fantasy.
And,
And
like,
technically,
dude,
it is a
Madden-
gun and ball game. So
Yeah, Madden and when I played on football teams, like literally, like, oh, you play games? Yeah, all they have is like every year of Call of Duty, Madden,
And the
maybe
Grand
a
Theft Auto
FIFA
game.
thrown in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
It's
a
a
Grand Theft
trifecta.
Auto, but it's all just Madden every single year, NBA 2K every single year. You know?
Man.
So does this open the door for like in the future, like more classic Pokemon games coming to the eShop?
I think the Pokemon company has that leeway as it is because, like you were asking Sean, why didn't they put it on NSO? And it was because the Pokemon company didn't want to because they're like, we're just going to make millions of dollars.
They
Immediately.
need the money, John. They need the money. Let's be real
Well,
here.
Yeah, but this is we knew it. You said it. I was like, they're not going to put it on NSO. They're going to charge. Actually, they're going to charge $20 for it.
Wait, hold
and
on,
that's
hold
what's
on.
gonna happen.
Shut up for a fucking second. To all the KD Dick writers in the chat, what just happened? He turned the ball over on its own. It's a tie ball game. There's a minute 14 left, and we have the ball. Suck my dick.
You know, I
we're
was
either gonna
very
watch this
confused.
man die or watch this man get happy.
You might die. Okay, let me get with on that note. When I go through some of the super chats here as we finish up. Johnny says, "I'm done with subscription. I'm done with games after The Witcher 4."
Everyone has their line.
There it is. Reported Sicilian Gamer says Phil Spencer and even some on this panel were championing Xbox acquisition, and this is what we ended up with: layoffs, terminations, the worst COD, and
Man,
possibly
not
even
me.
the demise.
I
of the brand
never wait.
itself.
Hold up here, deported.
Not me.
Not
Who was
me. I did not
championing
champion. No, that wasn't me.
Mm.
Can someone
Was
find the
that
clip?
you,
and
John?
then-
That was you, John.
If it was me, it's because I love chaos and watching things burn. So
I think
God,
John was
Evan.
the one who championed it.
You got to name them, deported. Just
Yeah,
go
you
ahead
got
and
to
drop it in the chat.
Yeah, name them. Championing that's a strong word. That's a strong word. Championing. We'll see. Pikmin Guts says Game Pass subs are bottlenecked by Xbox consoles that they aren't selling. Yes.
I mean, that's one bottleneck.
Elvin says, how's it everyone? Just out of work and catching up. How's it? Pretty good right now.
Pretty good.
Pretty
That's
good.
all
Outside of
right.
all the terrible things in gaming that have happened. Pretty good,
Well,
bro.
like everything is fine. Like, you know, the
Beautiful
everything
day.
is fine dog where like the house is
Yeah.
on fire. Like that's this entire cast.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, Sobo says, Celia, how do I contact support for Mina as a Kickstarter? I haven't seen any emails or messages surrounding Kickstarter rewards. I've already emailed support at Yacht Club Games.
Okay, so thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it. If you check out the last Kickstarter update and you scroll to the bottom, I'm like, before you go, we haven't sent out any of the backer emails for rewards as of yet. So it is coming soon. I'll make sure moving forward with more Kickstarter updates, I do include it in there. So yeah, just check it out. We will reach out once it's time to start collecting addresses, information, and your platform of choice. Just not yet. Once we have the release date, then we'll know exactly what the timeline it will be to get that out to you. So that's why it's taking a little bit. So thank you for your patience.
Johnny says Celia is right. I don't know what the topic is. I believe in it. Oh, there you
Thank
go.
you, Johnny.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Checkmate says, I'm still in shock about Bluepoint's closure and super gutted. They are the last studio I thought Sony would pull the plug on, yet somehow Media Molecule is dodging bullets left and right. Make that make sense.
Man, I feel bad for because they're just catching strays these past few days, dude.
Yeah, I don't like people bringing up. I get it, Media Molecule, you know, whatever. But like people are, it's like some people are even like calling for them to get cooked. You know, it's like, wait a minute here.
Yeah, that's rough up there. Dude, did you see PlayStation hasn't tweeted yet? Like their last tweet was about like Marathon, and all the replies are like, "Yo, Bluepoint."
It was ugly.
Yeah,
it was ugly.
They're generating interest. It's good.
The best thing they can do is just shut up and take. They just gotta shut up and take it. You know.
Yeah.
Just keep acting like nothing's changed. Just keep going forward.
Just wait for it, because if you say anything down, it's just gonna make it worse. So
they really should have waited till after Marathon came out. They just give it a month, man.
Yeah,
just
you got some people. I'm probably not, but you got some people. I watch MBG, and he's talking about he's gonna boycott live service games. You got people doing like crazy stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
they should
until the one they actually want comes out, and then they'll be good again.
Yeah, that's how it always works.
Bespoke says if RGT was more like Celia, the world would be a better place. And then it's just DDR over and over and over again, and then RAM
until it gets to
RAM. This guy really likes DDR. Like, hell yeah. But okay. Be nice to Sean.
Street says being a gamer CEO helps with perception too, but it doesn't equal biz platform success. Jim Ryan wasn't great. He laid the groundwork to 90 million plus sales. He was definitely there. He was around.
We're up to.
He was one of the CEOs of all time.
Are you okay? He was one of the CEOs of all time.
Here's the thing though with Jim Ryan. Listen, I see what you're saying, fam. But did he just build off of what Sean Layden, who'd been there for 3 decades or whatever? Did he inherit, like, what was the dude that, like, with the Niners where he just inherited the team and they won another Super Bowl, or like the Cowboys? That dude from like Jimmy Johnson was there and he won all the Super Bowls and built the team. Then they fired Jimmy Johnson. Then some other guy came in, I think it was Barry Switzer. And oh yeah, you got Emmitt Smith, you got all those people. So of course you're good. So was it like that, or was it like
how long it takes games to develop? Probably.
He definitely inherited the momentum of the PS4 from.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of it, in inheriting, because his plan was live service, and he sold, but that it didn't work out like that. So I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but can you really say Jim Ryan was like, oh my gosh, amazing for PlayStation? I don't know. I think he inherited what Yoshida and what
Layden
and what Sean Layden did. A lot of it, not everything. Yeah, he did some stuff.
Jeffrey says, let's be honest. One of the reasons why this new CEO's game history is being scrutinized is because of gender.
I think for the grifters, that is correct.
Yes,
but there is.
I'm definitely seeing some of that on social media. Yes.
What's annoying me is because there are things that, have red flags that we should be concerned about, with the leading into AI. What does it look like for the future of the Xbox experience? Like, there's a lot of things that should have scrutiny and we should, talk about. But a lot of grifters are really leaning into the fact that she's a woman, and it's really weird because
that's getting called out. That particularly is getting called out. When the whole Devin Pritchard thing, they were getting called out for that because like she'd been there for 20 years, So yeah, but yes, there are grifters that are doing that, and once again, nobody takes them seriously. So
so ignore them.
Bespoke says,
or at least nobody outside of their community takes them seriously.
Bespoke says OJ for CEO of Spawnwave Meow Mix.
No, there you go. Cat food company.
Johnny says F for Phil, and then A+ for Celia. Demonic says letting go of exclusives was the worst move ever. And G-Man Sir says, why did Phil never invite John to dinner like Jez?
But Jez hasn't heard of. I'm not even gonna go there.
Man, he's getting cooked right now, bro. He's getting cooked. Let's just say that.
I'd be liking them tweets low key.
Oh my god, you got the Obsidian founder or somebody from?
Yeah. Well, Jez went at me once, and I can forgive, but I don't forget.
He writes
He's
a lot of stuff down.
Very vindictive human being.
Did you take the high road? I don't recall that.
No.
Yeah, I took the high road. I usually take the high road. Most of the time, especially on like Twitter and social media, like the only time I've really gotten into it with someone on social media was with Adam Sessler. Because fuck Adam Sessler.
Right.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
And
that's fucking awesome.
And like I clearly won. Like, anyone who saw it, it was a body. I saw, not everyone's gonna get that much attention from me.
Yeah, that was a body bag. That was a body bag for sure.
High road on the main account, low road on the sock accounts. We feel you.
I wish I had a sock Twitter account. I would be so much more maniacal, but I don't even know how to figure that out.
Just make a new account.
You have to pay now,
Make a new account. What do you mean, bro?
Do you have to pay for any of
Don't they like phone verify too?
Yeah, everything's like phone. Like you can't have
Get yourself a
burners on-
virtual number.
Honestly,
Google-
the easiest thing to have a burner on is fucking YouTube now. Like that's the easiest way.
Sean, Google Voice.
I don't know what
Just
the
download-
fuck that. No, that's
You just
too
take a
much.
virtual line for just one little day.
Google Voice is awesome. Trust me. When you download it, you're gonna be like, wait, hold up. This is actually pretty good.
OJ's revealing the troll tactics.
Elvin says, when I heard about Project Natal, I knew that was the beginning of the end. Matric E3 was it. Life Sports Sense has been over. Bespoke says Satya.
Oh my God.
Nutella, am I right? Thanks, Bespoke. Shake and Bake says, just you wait. Xbox slogan established 2014.
Shit.
Crispy says, hey, Couch GT, what's the best way to play Metal Gear Solid right now without buying a key card? I have PS5 and Switch 2. Best version to just download.
I mean, you do get you have access to the HD texture pack for Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PS5. If you have a portal, obviously that could kind of cancel out portability. I do think it's probably better to play portably on the Switch 2. So kind of just depends. I would look at price points and stuff like that. If you really want the HD texture pack and it's a comparable price and you don't care about handheld, probably the PS5. But I've been playing through them on my Switch 2. I beat Metal Gear 1 2 days ago, beat Metal Gear 2 today, moving on to 3, and it's been a very good experience.
They have each one separated though, right? So couldn't they, in theory,
Yes.
buy Metal Gear Solid 1 on the Switch 2? Maybe it's a PS1 game. It's going to look comparable either system. But you said Metal Gear Solid 3 has that HD texture pack, and the PS5 would probably just look better on a big screen TV.
Yeah, it's like 70 fucking gigs or something for that patch too. I saw it's like crazy shit.
Really? Jesus.
Yes.
God damn.
Later Storm says, happy 40th to Legend of Zelda, and happy 40th to all the games came out in 1986. There you go. Tijo says, with all of Microsoft's failures with Xbox and Windows, do any of you use Linux aside from my Steam Deck? I use CachyOS. I also use CachyOS. I have a laptop set up that I was learning it more and more with, and it's a very good OS.
I used to use Ubuntu Linux on a old web book before there were Chromebooks. Up 4 with 5.4 seconds left. It looks like I'm not killing myself tonight, boys. Still a chance,
RGT's Cheeks asks, hi, I'm Dr. Cheeks. How are Nick?
Up 4. Not today, old friend. The Mo meme. You know.
Bespoke.
There's still time.
Xbox X. This is Morris says, I won't tolerate OG slander.
OJ.
Watchtower
said,
OG Ananobi.
who's a stockbroker.
Oh,
in
former
2026.
Raptor.
What do you even do?
He just hit the 2 free throws that put us up 4.
Tijo says, I was driving into my local Sonic drive-thru and OJ's alarm went off. I legitimately thought I was trespassing.
That's so funny.
We have a few more super chats, so we can go around here as we finish up. Celia, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on X. I'm Celia B with 3 E's. And I'm also on Instagram at Kosher Gamer. And I'm also on a podcast with Sean and Josie and sometimes Nate called Game and Talk. And we talk every other Wednesday. And I sometimes do drawing streams on there on Sundays. So,
yeah, check her out. I got everyone linked down below in the description, of course, as well. Shadow Nexus says games for Windows Live replacing Xbox. Oh gosh, I hope not. Johnny says a not so safe for Spawncast story. Minato Mari says OJ roasting that Wolfstar dude during the stream was awesome in comedy gold too. G-Man says DSP stream quality similar to RG85's.
I mean,
Ever seen them in the same room at the same time?
I'm not a good streamer, so I'll take that. Oh, KD just hit a 3 with 2 seconds left. I still feel confident though. But damn, I mean, hey, SKS a Slim Reaper. I will always give KD credit. I'm not gonna sit here and bash him. He's kind of weird, but hey,
Loom Doom says, Celia, this is a safe space. If you tell us the release date of Mina the Hollower, we promise not to tell anyone. You can trust us.
dude, I don't even know the release date of Mina the Hollower. We're basically, once we submit the game to platforms, then we'll have the release date. We're QAing things. Like I just finished French, like all the text boxes and checking all of that. So hopefully soon.
French so confirmed.
There you go. Radic, where can everyone find you, sir?
I am at Real Radic on every social media platform: YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. I was on, as I said earlier, Sacred Symbols Plus, the God of War Sons of Sparta spoiler cast. Chatted with Brad and Cullen. It's on their Patreon today, and it'll be live for everyone sometime next week. So check that out.
Radic making the rounds. Good stuff.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Kunai says Mario Strikers Battle League will get a Switch 2 version during the World Cup. Hope for the game to be good. Well, Trip and Fall says if you listen closely, you can hear Dreamcast Guy doing a victory lap around Microsoft headquarters.
Oh my god.
Kunai says KD ballin'. That sound about right, Sean?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Landry Shamet missed the first free throw. There's 1.4 seconds left. I don't know if Houston has I don't think Houston has a timeout, though. So it would have to be some fucking crazy thing. And I legit, you will hear, I will do it live on this fucking show. I don't care.
Didn't you say there was 2 seconds left 20 seconds ago?
They inbounds the ball. They got fouled. Okay, Shamet hit the second free. Okay, they don't have a timeout. So we're just going to go live for it. Fuck it. 1.4 left. Inbounds the ball. Gets it at half court. KD, crazy shot. No good! Yes! Yes! We win! No suicide! I mean, in Minecraft. In Minecraft. On a live Minecraft. We win!
All right. Good. Strange victory there, but okay. We go to OJ. Where can I find you, sir?
Yeah, you can find me exposing fake stockbrokers on Player Essence on YouTube, Player Essence channel, giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 as well once we hit a goal. So shout out to you guys. Go subscribe to the channel. Also, I'm doing live streaming all week. Like always, I live stream all the time. Plus, I got news and updates on Pokemon Day. I'm going to be covering that as well. I got a video coming out tomorrow. We're going to have a bunch of RPG stuff. So if you're into Nintendo and RPGs, check out the channel Player Essence on YouTube. And we have a lot of fun, like I said, making fun of weird people and fake and liars. I don't like liars. So, yeah, Dr. Wolfstar, stop lying.
Unusual says, what mobile apps games will be revealed? We have Pokemon Sleep. Now we just need the Pokemon Medication Reminder app. The fan base will need that soon, yes. That's just how it goes. They get older and older and older. It's going to be necessary. D. Jones says, Poke fans look at Capcom putting out full retro game collections and think, yeah, I'll take 2 games at $20 a piece. Truly the Disney adults of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. Exemplary Phil says, going to drop $200 on every language and get a crap load of Bulbasaurs. Hey, there you go. Mecha Omar says the pricing for Pokemon isn't that we read. Okay, it costs approximately 170 Pokemon. 4 badges, at least 3 smellulators granted, and I would still have preferred them on NSO. Sean, where can I find you, sir?
You can find me on RGT85. I've uploaded 4 videos in like the past 24 hours because I had a scheduled one, and then the Pokemon shit happened, and then the Xbox shit happened. So I did 3 yesterday, and then I did a fun Nintendo Direct reaction video today, based on the Nintendo Direct that took place with the new 3D Mario that everyone was talking about and looking forward to. I don't know, you might find me dead in a blizzard tomorrow because it's supposed to be like 20 feet of snow. If it doesn't happen, you can find me on RGT85. I'll also be on Knicks Fan TV, the #1 show by the fans for the fans. I just hit 100,000 subscribers pretty recently. On Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, previewing the Knicks upcoming week and stuff like that. So tune into that.
Cool, good stuff. Johnny says RGT collab with Boogie.
I would rather stick my dick in a cheese grater. I would rather poke my eye with a needle 1,000 times than be in the same room as that fucking piece of shit. So no.
Hey man, he won Trending Gamer in 2016.
Oh right? Man, Jeff Keighley's never gonna live that down.
Oh man.
No wonder he was gonna live down high guard after that, man. This man. Yeah. So I said, I'll be accepting my apologies. He's like, no, the fuck you won't be. Street they give you a damn thing, bro.
Japan is getting a physical release. They are, but it's code in a box.
It's not a real physical. And not only that,
physical
it expires
piece of paper.
Quickly.
Yeah.
It expires real quick. It expires like July.
Gosh.
Because they don't want scalpers. So, like hoarding and scalping. So, the physical release is not really a real physical release.
Jorge says, I had a friend who attended Pokemon Worlds in Hawaii. There were long lines for various Hawaii-themed Pokemon merch like skateboards and Aloha shirts.
Yeah, the merch at Worlds is like crazy, and they tend to do a lot of custom like themed stuff for whatever the location is. This year's in San Francisco, so I'm curious what they're going to theme it. Last year's was in LA, and then it'll be like all around the world after that.
Quest for Glory says, Evan's that person that likes your happy place burns down.
Yes.
Okay. TJ says, I just remembered how am I supposed to restore my FireRed save if Charmander lights my Switch on fire or something? I wish there was a way to restore save data if you genuinely lose it since no cloud. There is no cloud, and that's another thing. They're just terrified of exploitation of these games. And that's why if there's no home support, that's going to be an insane miss on their part. So I figure that there will be at some point, and they'll probably explain it in the event next week. And Evan, where can everyone find you, sir?
Find me on socials and Twitch and YouTube at Kimmerix Project. I'm still trying to finish my buddy's commission that he has me working on, so we'll probably be doing that like all week. There's still so much to do.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Checkmate says, huge shout out to Yacht Club for publishing Cyber Shadow, one of my favorite indies.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like right there, I have a Cyber Shadow framed for the physical release of that. I'm really proud of that release.
Shay says, I like Pump It Up over DDR. Tons of K-pop songs.
You know, Pump It Up is really good. I'm just not coordinated enough for that one.
Thomas says, question for y'all. Do you honestly think Xbox will survive in the future or become like Dreamcast, unfortunately?
I think it'll become like Dreamcast guy, probably. No, I think, you know, I'm not even 100% sure that this new system comes out. I could see them definitely going to Microsoft Gaming, just being a publisher and being one of the biggest publishers that there is because they have so many IPs.
That RAM is gonna go brr, like bruh.
Yeah, look at the Steam machine. What the fuck's going on with that?
Oh yeah,
really.
Like
RAM prices go
Steam Deck
brr.
sold out, not in stock, hasn't been in stock in a long time. Asus ROG Ally selling for over $1,300. But don't worry, kiddies, there is no gaming crash. RG Cheese just a crazy man who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Both of those things can be right.
Yeah, true.
TJ says, Jazz, you ever played Trails?
You'd have to ask Jez.
I was gonna say we'll ask Jez.
Oh man, I was gonna say something so fucked up. I'm glad I stopped myself.
Do it.
Street says, fair OJ, but can't you say about any CEO also Ryan and Layden who were not the same? Jim Ryan replaced Andy House. Shu replaced Sean. Shu to Herman.
No, that's different.
In terms of momentum, yeah.
I ain't gonna explain it, but it's different, fam.
Folks says OJ Jim Ryan was president of PlayStation Europe before they merged the company into SIE. He is the reason why Sony dominates Europe, and Jim Ryan took over for Andy House. John Codera, 1 year. Year one.
I disagree.
Think of a smoke.
I love your haters. I love them so much.
Make sure I'm good there. I think we're good to. I think we're good to go here.
You could almost hear him pushing the glasses up before he touches. Like, I got this.
Me.
No, it's funny, bro. I like the pushback. It's good.
Just gonna make sure we're good. Yep, we're good. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone stopping by. The support, of course, the super chats. Always appreciate that. And we will be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, to see what this week has for us. A little quieter than this.
You never know.
Week.
More
Who
fire
knows
and a foot of snow.
gosh.
Let's do it.
My gosh,
Fuck.
who knows?
I think my grandpa's drunk. He's up at 11 at night texting me about the fucking Knicks game. And he said, absolutely. And then I don't know what the fuck the next word was. EILDWILDTS. Hey, fuck yeah, grandpa. Let's go.
We'll see you guys next week.